Hello, everybody, and welcome to a patch 7.06 analysis. My name is SUNSfan, joined by the great shaneomad. Hello,
The mighty.
friend.
What's cracking, dude? How's it
I
going?
hear you're Irish. Is that true?
Yeah. It is.
Wow, that's great. I hear you don't consume sugar either. Is that true?
I hear you started that recently. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm 3 days into the no sugar diet. It's not really a no sugar diet. It's just no Coke diet. It's kind of different, right?
Yeah, it is.
The problem in America, anytime you eat something, it's gonna have sugar in it. You can't really avoid
the
it.
amount of like Dr. Pepper and stuff you drank was actually insane. So it's probably helpful.
Yeah, I have a problem. I still have a 12-pack in the fridge ready to go. It's just teasing me every
the
time I open the
emergency
fridge.
one.
Yeah,
it's like when people who smoke have the backup cigarette packet. You know what I mean? Like for that shit day.
Yep, just in case. Just in case. Got to hide it away in that cookie jar. And that's how your kids get addicted to cigarettes. So, gameplay update 7.06. I didn't know how big this patch was going to be, but apparently it's ginormous. So, let's just get started, huh?
I was woken up by they killed Naga Siren. That's the way the mess. I got a lot of messages this morning.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. You guys can skip an hour and a half into the video to get to Naga Siren. All right, deny mechanic. This is right off the bat. It's a crazy freaking change. Creep deny is now granted denying team 30% of the XP bounty, and normal deny XP increased by 20%.
This one was like, when I saw it originally, I was like, holy shit. You know the way sometimes you put like a mid laner in the mid lane just to get level 6 or 7. You're like, say for example, Puck, and then he like rotates and then he ganks, and he's wouldn't be necessarily the strongest laner, or like say Shadow Fiend against Tiny. There's an example. You play Tiny, right? You don't necessarily get that many last hits, but you can kill Shadow Fiend when you get levels. In this case, Shadow Fiend's going to outlevel you by like 3 or 4 levels. And you're gonna be
that's 3 or 4 levels.
30%. If you deny the range creep,
yeah, but
huge.
they get 20 more XP from the denied creeps.
But you're getting your range creep and 30% of their range creep.
It definitely makes a difference. Okay. First player that came to mind was Dendy, because he loves denying creeps. This guy, he's gonna be like level 6.
Yeah.
And even in even lane, they're gonna be level 5 in comparison. So
it changes a lot.
Yeah,
like
it does.
It really does. Especially heroes like Lina that would just nuke out the wave and not really give a shit. You know what I mean? Like they're maybe not as strong in the mid lane.
Yeah. And I think from a pro player perspective, it's gonna benefit people that are super mechanically skilled. So the Envies of the world, Arteezes of the world.
I think the lane that it affects the most though is actually the off lane. Imagine trying to play off lane against this. And the safe laner as well can gain so much experience just by keeping the equilibrium correct.
All right, moving on. That's a huge change. That's one of the that's the top 3 change of the game right now. Shrines now start on a cooldown, so starting at 5 minutes and beyond. Reduced shrine count in base is something people have been asking for, including myself. So there's one behind each barracks, and shrine mana generation growth per mana reduced slightly.
Oh, the shrine count in base is massive.
Yes.
Because breaking high ground was a nightmare.
Yes.
This
Were you
huge.
in any of the games with me when I would just rage out of control?
High
ground pushes.
There was a few of them, yeah, but I don't think I was in any of the long ones.
Oh, I get so ragey because they just heal up constantly. They buy. Oh, there's even more nerfs to high ground. I can't wait. Or buffs to high ground offense, I guess you could call it.
Well, the big problem is, right, if you don't have a healer, all of a sudden, if you have a little tiny skirmish, say you do a little bit of damage to each other, the shrine just completely negates that for them, and they're at a huge advantage, right? And you're so far away from your base and your shrines, it's too difficult.
Yep, and then all the buybacks and all that crap. Yeah, it's pretty insane.
The cooldown is cool, though. I like that. It stops, sometimes if you're trying to kill someone level 1, and they have Bounty this safety net. They have this safety net of their shrine that you can just run to.
So this is going to incentivize going for bounty runes, because the enemies won't have a shrine to use.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting. Lanes, add an extra melee creep in mid lane for the first 15 minutes.
When I read this, I thought they just literally just dropped the big melee creep in, and it's like it just sits there for 15 minutes.
Creeps meet a bit closer to the offlane tower. Creep aggro duration reduced slightly. Creep aggro cooldown increased slightly. Lane creep vision reduced. This is probably the bigger thing, because I've seen a lot of people just, when they're trying to gank or just hide in the trees, especially in the top lane for Dire, this freaking range creep will always see you and always just aggro you for no reason.
Yeah, it definitely happens a lot. You know, that little tiny path between the trees, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That he can just like peek through.
Yeah, it's
I think the aggro is interesting actually. Aggro reduced.
Yeah,
and the
so
cooldown
this is one
increased.
of those I'd have to see it, right? Like
okay, so basically the main reason I use this is when you're playing mid and you want to bring all their creeps towards you so you have an easier last hit on a like a melee hero, for example. Or it's good if you want to deny your range creep as well, because you can drag 2 or 3 melee creeps onto your range creep and then they do a lot of damage. You can deny that and then you can bring back the wave.
right.
So the reason this is good as well, it makes harassing easier in lane, I guess, by a little bit, because the cooldown is longer and the duration is lower. So you can attack someone and then run away, and you can do it more regularly.
So I'm guessing this also works on neutrals, right? Does that also count neutral aggro? So if you're trying to pull, you have technically less time as it follows you.
Oh, I never thought about it like that.
So like longer pulls might not work anymore. I mean, again,
but
this is one
creep
of those
aggro is, I'm not sure about this one, but I'm pretty sure it's like when you attack a hero, it's like, oh, don't attack that hero, and it gets pissed off.
Yeah, I thought they were all in one mechanic. I mean, you could be right. I mean, I know that's for sure correct. The neutral one, I'm not 100% sure if that's considered creep aggro or is it neutral aggro. I'm not sure. Anywho, onto the neutral section. Neutral this one on every minute. So, it's like Control Z. Ice Frog said, "Let's go back to normal." Okay, all good. Neutrals now give 20% less XP in gold. That counteracts it a bit, I guess. And neutral XP in gold now increased by 2% every 7.5 minutes. AKA
I don't know about this is ridiculous. Like actually, like he added how many neutral camps to the game? Like there was literally like 7 or 8 of them, wasn't there? Added. And then he was like, okay, the only way to balance this is to make it spawn every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And now, oh my god. First of all, stacking. Oh, like it used to be you had 1 ancient camp and you could stack that, and then the enemy team's like, okay, they have an ancient camp, we know where it is, let's go contest it, we can ward it. But now you have 2. So you know, you can stack 1 and they're like, the enemy team guessed wrong, they guessed the wrong ancient camp, they ward it incorrectly, you know. Holy shit, actually.
I didn't actually think about the ancients. Yeah, that's a lot of ancients. Now stacking's going to be a thing again, I guess.
Okay, imagine mid laners that have summons, Invoker, you know, Lycan, these kind of heroes, they can stack so many camps.
Yeah, that's true.
Whew.
I actually did not miss the stacking. I'm not going to lie. Especially ancient stacking. So I don't know how I feel about this.
It was kind of, when that was big, there was just, you know, Sven's in the game, you're like, okay, if we don't ward the ancients, we lose the game. You know, and then you don't ward the ancients, obviously, because we're all shit.
Sven back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Sven TA.
Like, at 20 minutes, he's just, you know, 5-slotted, and you're like, okay, we can't do anything.
And it should be interesting to see how this affects junglers as well. Not that there's that many, but
I want to see how much the 20% less experience in gold affects this in general. You know, like
you won't get like level 2 on 1 camp anymore, no matter what. I think. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Like, I do a lot of axe jungling, guys. But by the way, best hero in the game right now.
100% actually.
Most of the camps, the hard camps at level 1, will give you level 2. Except for 1, I can't remember which one it is, but I'm pretty sure you stay level 1 now. So that's probably kind of a pretty big nerf.
That's pretty good. But you also have more space, right? Like you don't have to move as much on the map. You know, you don't have to go between the jungles as well. I still think it's still a kind of buff.
I mean, I think over in the grand scheme of things in the game, it's definitely a buff for sure. I think just for like level 1 jungling is really sucky. Yeah. But I mean, this alone. I mean, we've seen like 2 or 3 things already that are going to drastically change games. So I hope it doesn't get to a point where we just see stacking constant. Like we have 3 solo lanes and the other 2 supports are just stacking.
And they're like supports that are like designated for like Shadow Demon or like Beastmaster, and that their whole role is to stack. Yeah,
that would be sucky. But we'll see. Creeps, siege damage type versus structures increased by 100%. Siege creeps HP increased by quite a bit, 550, 825. Siege creeps spawn rate reduced from every 7th wave to every 10th wave, aka every 5 minutes. And extra range / siege creeps now spawn at 40 minutes instead of 45.
Okay, the initial thing I see from this, the 150 to 200%, they did this with Brewmaster and they completely fucked them. The Invoker Brewmaster, any sort of added damage bonus onto Brewmaster because of it's a percentage damage restructures is like really strong. So like Alacrity on a catapult, like Venge auras, like this kind of stuff, they buff it so much.
Using Helmet Dominator, Chen, Enchantress, taking them over. Yeah, like, that's pretty massive.
It's so ridiculous. And Dread Ranger, even like
the pulverize for Brewmaster, right? It was 300% at its strongest, I think. This is approaching that.
It's pretty much the same, you know. It's a unit that spawns regularly. It's not an ultimate. It's not.
Well, not as regularly now.
Not true.
3-wave delays, so every 10th wave now. I mean,
and maybe timing pushes could be more important as well. You know, for example, like a Chen or like a Terrorblade, these heroes that have these kind of timing windows where they can push, and you're like, okay, the catapult's coming now. Let's
that's also the cool thing, right? It makes it easier to coordinate that. Like, think about new players getting in. It's not as random saying, hey, every 10th wave, aka every 5 minutes on the dot, you're gonna see a siege unit come in to play. That's pretty cool, actually, that they're slowly but surely doing stuff like this. Attributes. All heroes' strength gross increased by 0.3. Regeneration coming from strength increased from 0.03 HP, doubling essentially to 0.06. Reduced base HP regen by 0.25. Intelligence spell amplification from 1% per 15 to 1% per 14. Mana per point of intelligence reduced by 1, and base mana increased to 75, aka 25 increase.
Yeah. Do you know what any of that means?
Like a little bit.
Small. It seems so small, right? All of these numbers seem tiny to me.
Yeah.
That I don't even see the point in thinking about it. Like, all hero strength grows 0.3.
How much was intelligence per intelligence?
Is that how much health is 0.3? It's
0.03, you mean? 0.3 for hero strength. One strength is 20 HP.
It's 20 HP, yeah.
So divided by 3 is 6 point something.
Actually pretty good.
I mean, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Now, the regeneration, I think this is super tiny.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I'm missing the big picture, but these are obviously changed for a reason. So we'll probably see it soon enough. How much was one intelligence worth? How much mana? I can't remember.
Isn't it 18 or 20 as well? It's around there.
I think it's less than the strength.
18 or 16, it's somewhere around there. But
and everybody gets 25 more mana as well. But they lose 1 in int.
I think it's better in general. Like, you know, when they
I'm so dumb. I misread this. I'm sorry. Mana point per intelligence reduced from so it was 12 before. It's 11 now.
Okay. So. But the 50 to 75 thing. They did this before, didn't they?
Let's say every hero has no stats. Their minimum base mana was 50. That's if they have no intelligence, which obviously that's not the case. So now it's less mana per intelligence, but you start with a little bit more mana. But overall, this is a nerf.
You know they did
everybody's
this.
Intelligence.
So if you're getting shit on by Silencer and he takes all your intelligence, you can still TP home.
Yes, that 25 mana, the extra 25 mana is huge. All right, so economy. Reduced melee creep base XP bounty from 45 to 40. Reduced melee creep gold bounty upgrade from 3 gold per cycle to 1 gold per cycle. Okay. So 3 gold per cycle, yeah. I didn't realize it was that little, actually. That's kind of crazy to think about. Melee/range barracks team bounty reduced. Everybody gets less money for killing barracks. Roshan, same thing, reduced by 50. Shrine as well, 25. So less gold all around.
Yeah.
Death cost is, it goes from 100 plus net worth divided by 50 to 50 plus net worth divided by 40, so less as well. Tier 3
everyone's
tower,
going to be poorer.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was super rich, right? So something had to be done. Tier 3 tower team bounty reduced by 40. They're just making even numbers. Tier 4 is worth the same as a tier 3. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, this is pretty huge. All these changes, like,
it adds up.
They add up very quickly, especially to certain heroes. Like, I'm a big Invoker player. I love that hero a lot. And heroes similar to Invoker that require a lot of items and time are now pretty bad. You know, you need a lot more time. Like, all of these things These nerfs are huge, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
They make me think. Oh, I want to pick Spirit Breaker or someone that doesn't need any farm at all, you know, and just fight.
Doesn't he have a gold talent? Level 20 gold talent.
Yeah, 100 and
Just get to level 20.
Something.
Yeah. All right. General changes: illusion gold / XP bounty from 5 plus level to 2 times level. Okay. Illusion
50.
building damage reduction from 50 to 60%, so more nerfs to illusions. Buyback cooldown increased by 1 minute. That's one of the nerfs I was alluding to earlier. Roshan now drops cheese at second death.
What the fuck?
This is something that's been in the game, in case you guys don't know, forever. Like, I played Dota. God, I don't even know what year it was. Ice Frog had just recently taken over, like within a year.
Probably
it's
the
always
4.
been, it's
around
always been
the
cheese.
4 thing, right?
Yeah.
4.2 or something.
So that's an end of an era for Roshan, or a beginning of a new one because he's going to get earlier. Roshan armor bonus per upgrade increased slightly. It's going to be harder to take him down. Just stop me wherever you want, by the way, if you want to talk about
basically, I want to talk about the Rosh thing. I think it's to counteract the high ground problem, right? It's you get Roshan, you get a cheese, second Roshan. You can go high ground a lot easier with a cheese.
Yeah.
Like it's
true. And you're not 6 slotted, so you don't have to wait for the backpack.
You don't have any items. You're like, Jesus Christ, can I sell the cheese?
500 gold. It's still 500 gold, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's something. Yeah.
The buyback is huge. 8 minutes is. What was it originally? It was 5, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, there was no cooldown. Then it was 5.
It's just gone up 1 minute.
Yeah.
Every time.
So 8 minutes is. If you die and buy back, you have to really think about it. Like it's.
I mean, I don't know how you feel about this. I've always been of the opinion that buyback should be fixed, a fixed amount.
Okay, like as in, explain more. Like it's just like 2,000 gold.
This was more of an issue back in the day when people were spamming it. So maybe this is still better, just to slowly increase the time, but. When high ground gets to the point where you can just so easy, I mean, this is going to change everything as far as high ground is concerned. So this is probably fine. The issue with my opinion, which I guess now that I think about it, I don't even think it's my opinion anymore. But the issue is it doesn't scale, right? It doesn't scale like
I understand.
So it takes away from buying back earlier in the game as well, because you never want to do it.
8 minutes though.
It's good. I'm glad.
Yeah, I think because I never save for buyback. You know, I think it's for nerds. You want to get the items and look cool.
That's right, bro. Power up runes now spawn different runes on both sides of the river after 40 minutes. So
oh no.
Yeah, so after 40 minutes, there's going to be runes on both sides, and they're going to be different. That's actually even more important. Then there's a pretty good chance you're going to get like a DD is probably one of the biggest runes you can get after 40 minutes.
Invis I think is pretty good.
I mean, like in competitive game, I don't think Invis is that great. But in pubs, absolutely, that might be the best one, in fact. But yeah, like that's pretty
imagine
huge.
That is okay. Wait, does that mean you can have 2 DDs?
No. It's like that's true. Okay, so that's a good point because the original. Yeah, you couldn't have the same rune spawn twice in a row. There's no word whether that's changed. So in theory,
you could bottle 1 DD,
right?
And then you could use it, and then when it's about like 30 seconds before the next rune spawns, and then you could get another one.
Right, theoretically. Yeah, that would be interesting to test out actually. I mean, you can pick up 2 runes in a row too,
like with 2 bottles.
I highly doubt it, but maybe.
Because beforehand, you never had the option really to do it, right? I've never tried it. You could do it technically.
You could. Yeah, I don't know.
Tried it.
You guys test it out and let us know in the comments, I guess. Uphill mischance no longer applies to flying units. So Bat Rider, Winter Wyvern. I mean, whatever.
I don't think that really does anything.
I mean, Bat Rider's a pretty good sieger. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. When he's fire flying. Holy jeez.
He attacks. What does he even do? He throws little like balls at the like.
He throws little fireballs. It's cute. Fixed various pathing issues. Blah blah blah. Tower bonus Armor based on nearby enemy heroes AoE increased by 200. Okay. It's a lot of changes. We're not going to go over these respawn talents. Hopefully you guys weren't reading these, because
there's a few. Come on.
No.
Warlock summons a golem of death.
Hold on. Don't spoil it, bro. Because it shows it in each hero. So when we get down to the heroes, it actually shows all of them. So we'll just go in order.
Okay.
It's cooler that way, trust me. And it builds suspense. Don't worry, they won't skip the video. There's no functionality for that on YouTube. So item changes. Aether Lens. Spell amp increased by 1. So getting back to where it was originally 8, right?
It was 8, yeah, and it gave magic resistance.
Oh yeah, that's right. Also reworked Aether Lens recipe. So the old one was Energy Booster Ring of Health recipe. Now it's Energy Booster Voidstone recipe. So instead of health regen, you get mana regen. Makes sense. I mean, it's blue.
That is true. This is, I know, a lot of supports like the health regen. I know when I picked Pudge, for example, I liked a bit of HP regen. It was nice.
I think, obviously, as far as using it, you want health regen more often, but this makes more sense.
It's more like lore safe, right? It's like, oh, it's a lens of magic things. It should give magical things.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's amping your magic. Like, oh, let me get you health regen. It's kind of like Force Staff giving you health regen, which is another thing that was changed, actually. Although it was buffed more than anything. Blade Mail cooldown increased by 2. This is one of the best items in the game right now, still.
When Axe gets this, you lose the game. You know, it doesn't matter what carry you're playing, you're dead.
I completely agree. I've been on that side many a time.
Oh, it's brutal.
Lightstone, no longer a unique attack modifier. So are there any unique attack modifiers anymore?
They removed Deso as well, and Sand King Caustic. So I don't think... What else is there?
Well, from an item perspective, I don't think there's any. Right?
From an item perspective, they're all gone, right?
So everything stacks.
Oh, I like that a lot. I thought it was cool.
I didn't. I've been wanting this for 5 years, Shane. I've been asking IceFrog, why is this still a unique attack modifier?
The thing I liked was you had the option. Like, say, for example, on PA, you know, you had to go with the Vlads because you went Desolator. It kind of made it like a build and kind of unique, right? And nice. I liked that a lot. I don't know.
There's no benefit to having unique attack modifiers anymore.
Well, it means if people go these items that are strong, there's a cost, you know, and it's not just gold. That's what I like.
Just think of the possibilities, Shane. Okay, you have
what
Deso, Lifesteal, Scotty, all in one. Oh,
Deso's not an exciting item. It doesn't do. It throws little red things. It's as far as items go, it's whatever.
Oh,
the Scotty one is cool though.
Yeah, I love Scotty.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Bloodthorn cooldown increased by 4. All right.
Yep. More nerfs. That item is.
It's quite good.
Ridiculous power. The fact that it's so many items in one is the ridiculous thing, right?
Well, like people are buying this over a Daedalus, generally speaking, right?
Oh, it costs 8,000 gold or 7,000 something, but it's so many items. Yeah, exactly, and they're all small items as well.
Yeah. Bottle reduced to 650.
They nerfed bottle a lot recently, so
yeah, it's good to see it back at the normal price, normal-ish. Recipe cost reduced for the bracer to 175. This is going to come into play in a few minutes when we see what it makes now. Yes.
Oh, did it?
Oh, stay with me. Stay with me. Yeah, Shane didn't get to actually read the patch notes yet, so this is mostly first reaction.
I briefly read them, basically.
Just a skim. There's too much to skim, though. Clarity buff is now purgeable. So, and they did this for health potion as well. What is the reason for this? If you have like the purge creep and somebody is using a mana pot, you don't want to get close, you just purge them?
I was thinking more like I don't know. I have no idea. I was thinking more like Slark, but I'm pretty sure Slark, you put a clarity on yourself and you purge it, but I'm pretty sure it already purges because you take damage, so
I don't think you purge that from yourself though. Because purges don't do that anymore, I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, they do.
For buffs.
They do. They do. Just not the Fusel Blade. So, for example, if you have the Doom Purge Creep, you can use it on yourself. If you're playing Doom...
No, what I'm saying is Purge in general, even before that change, you can't take buffs off yourself, because it doesn't make sense to take buffs off yourself.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
They changed it with Omni Knight, right? But
yeah. No, that's before that even, I think. But yeah,
okay.
I mean, guys, it's been we've been playing this game a long time. There's too many changes. They all meld together. You know.
Basically, like when you play Dota a long time, you think about the game and you think about this moment when you did something. Like when I, for example, purge Clarity Potion on Slark, but it was like 10 years ago or like 4 years ago. But you remember it so vividly that it's like, oh, it must be the same.
Yeah.
It all just
like even when I play Axe to this day, I still have to like kind of do a double check in my head. Like, wait, Battle Hunger you can actually take it off now, because for so long there was literally no way to take it off. I don't even think BKB took it off. It just stopped the damage.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's just.
But the big one for me is Necrolite. I always press the I think Heartstopper is the other spell.
Oh yeah.
Because they switched them.
Why would they change that? That makes no sense.
I don't know. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? I can't press.
Wait, why would you ever click on Heartstopper though?
No. Like as in, I click on Heartstopper because I thought it was the other spell, but they swapped them because I just assumed the third spell is.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Crimson Guard duration has been increased by 2. This was a buff desperately needed, even though it only seems, it's 2 seconds, maybe not that big of a buff. It's something, because this item is kind of forgotten for the most part, I feel like.
Yeah.
Daedalus. Oh, go ahead.
I just think the Crimson Guard in general, like they kind of tried to buff it a lot with the tower thing. They're just constantly trying to buff it. Remember, they added it to towers. They increased the AoE. They're just slowly trying to get it back, but. These are dangerous, right? When you sneakily buff these items like a little bit, all of a sudden they're broken. Like they need to slow down on the Crimson Guard buffs, I think.
Really, you think it's getting good now?
Okay. I think it is. Yeah.
12 seconds. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not a shit tier item, that's for sure.
No, especially in certain lineups like illusion-based heroes.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
And illusions were nerfed heavily already, right? This kind of harkens back to, remember when Tinker was nerfed like 2 years ago at this point, where it wasn't just Tinker nerf, but like Dagon
everything
was nerfed
about
or something, E-Blade, like literally everything about the hero, and it's been dog shit for a year now.
I actually think that's like someone involved that plays against this Tinker, and he's like, okay, how badly can I fuck this guy up? I am gonna do everything I can. Like the Storm Spirit one. Remember, they nerfed buybacks because of Storm Spirit. They nerfed Bloodstone because of Storm Spirit. Yeah.
They nerfed a lot of things because of Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Daedalus, it seems like they just want round numbers at this point. Increased damage to 80 from 76. Dagon now instantly kills illusions. Okay, I'm fine with that. That's cool. More,
I think
illusion
the
nerfs.
the deadless stuff as well is based on they nerfed the other item. What's it called? The crit orchid.
Orchid. Bloodthorn.
Yeah, they nerfed Bloodthorn, so they're like, okay, why are you not buying Deadless, guys? Come on, like we'll buff it a little bit.
Yeah, this is its counterpart. You need to buff it for sure. Demon Edge cost reduced by 200, but damage reduced as well, but only by 4, so still pretty cost effective, I think.
Wait, so they increased the damage of Deadless, but decreased the
so actually upgrading it is even more beneficial.
Yeah.
So you're going to be gaining 4 plus 4 damage, so 8 extra damage than before.
That's value.
It is. We talked about Deso not being a unique attack modifier anymore. Enchanted Mango cost reduced down to 100. Cannot be sold. Must be consumed.
Nice.
We'll be getting to some more changes with Enchanted Mango. Shane, are you ready?
What?
The change? You don't need to.
No.
Oh, it's good. It's a meme already, actually.
Oh my god.
Fairy Fire reduced in cost by 5. Not really that big of an item. Or change.
It's like you buy this right at minute 0.
Yeah.
You don't have any extra gold anyway, so you save 5 gold at the start of the game, so you'll have 5 gold extra.
We'll get to it in a second, but there's something in the notes. Something was changed in price just so it would make more sense for when you buy stuff originally, like when you're spawning, which is kind of funny. So this is kind of in the same vein. Reworked 4-staff recipe again. So the old one, of course, was Staff of Wizardry, Ring of Regen recipe. So it's essentially the same, except the recipe is less money, and as a result, the Ring of Health is placed instead of Ring of Regen. So you'll be getting more health regen, same int. And the cost is, what was it? It's slightly more. Essentially the same, though.
Yeah, it's like just 2 health regen. I think it's kind of good on supports, right? Instead of buying Tranquil Boots, supports that buy mana boots. It can help a little bit, definitely.
I mean, hey, remember the Aether Lens nerf, we're calling it. No health regen. Force Staff doubles your health regen now.
There we go.
Good stuff. Hurricane Pike grants +2 health regen, obviously because of the Force Staff changes above. Hand of Midas, expecting huge nerfs. Recipe cost increased by 100. XP multiplier increased, because remember, the neutrals have been nerfed in that regard. And gold bonus reduced. So not only are neutrals less money, you get less money for Hand of Midas. It costs more, but more experience.
Essentially, you 100% have to Midas the range creep in a lane now. You never really go to the jungle because 25% less or 20% less experience, right? Unless it's later in the game.
I'd have to look at the numbers. I still think like the big camps are going to be worth more than range creeps, though.
I'm not, maybe, but it's close. Anyway, it's definitely close.
Right.
Every time I look at a change or a nerf or anything, I always think about how it affects Invoker. And this one ain't great. This is even harder because like there's this point in the early game when you're playing Invoker. You know, you've got a magic wand, and you have this massive 1,650 gold to accumulate while you don't have anything. You know, you're literally this walking pile of money. It's this big window now. You know, 100 gold is significant.
Yep. I mean, what did this used to be originally?
1,250, right?
1,250?
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
I thought it was 1,050. I mean, it could be. It was a lot lower, regardless. But yeah, it's getting to the point where it's pretty redonk.
Well, the issue is the item does nothing. You know, it's only to accumulate more gold. So
attack speed. Come on now, give it some credit, bro.
No,
it's not bad for attack speed.
It isn't bad, no, but it's tough. I think the item's very difficult.
But I mean,
to work
you have to understand Valve's perspective here. You're having games where 4 or 5 people are getting Midases. That's pretty stupid.
Well, didn't the last few teams in Kiev, none of them got Midas, right?
I mean, I think it varies team by team. But
like the top 3 teams, none of them were buying Midas.
Right. Well, here's the interesting thing, though. Because of all the nerfs to gold accumulation in general, this might end up being going overboard, and this might just be dog shit, right?
Yeah. Probably
still good, but with all these things together amalgamating, you never know. Something like this could just fall off the face of the earth. We don't know yet. Like we talked about, Healing Salve now purgeable. We don't know why. Maybe you guys can let us know. Heart of Taras now requires a second Vit booster instead of the recipe. That is awesome. Strength bonus reduced by 5, which is 100 HP.
Yeah, and they get double the health bonus. Okay.
Health
that
bonus
is really
increased
cool. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so it's essentially cheaper by 300 gold, and it's also it's better for heroes that aren't strength heroes, right? Because you get a set amount of
marginally
health.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I love Heart. One of my favorite items.
Very cool.
All right, this might be one of the biggest changes to an item, I personally think. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Holy shit!
Heaven's Halberd can no longer be dispelled by spell immunity. Other dispel sources like Manta already unable to dispel, which of course that's true. But the big one's BKB. If you Halberd somebody, then they BKB, they still cannot attack. This item instantly for me became really good. Is that just me?
It's like the best item in the game.
It's really good.
Okay, there was in the NP DC series, they were already building Heaven's Halberd on like 3 or 4 heroes in the game.
3 or 4 heroes?
Envy was building it on Terrorblade. There was a Lifestealer with it. Like, so people are already realizing this item is good. And what is this? So essentially, you're playing your. Oh my god!
I'm just looking at the stats just to make sure, but it's 5.5 seconds for you guys that don't know of not being able to attack on ranged targets. 3 seconds on melee.
Okay, so you can still BKB and you can't cast it on the hero, right?
Right.
So your BKB timings and carry heroes against Halberd are like insanely important.
Right. Or Lincoln's obviously will block it.
That's true.
Lincoln's, that's slight buff, I guess you could say. But yeah, I think this is a very, very, very good item now.
It also gives evasion as well. Like it's not only the.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's one of those items where the active wasn't great before because there's so many ways to get rid of it, but you're like, it gives HP, I get a maim, I get evasion. It's a pretty good item still, right? In some ways. But the active was just horrible. But now it's
never forget the Yules. Remember when Yules was like the most broken item in the game?
Yeah, always.
This is what's happened here.
So yeah, that's one of the few changes that is going to make a big impact on the items, I think. Have you recovered?
No, I like. No, like that was it, right? They have a halberd. Just buy a PKB, you'll be grand. Now you're like, what the hell? What do you do? You're playing a carry and you're literally useless, and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Don't pick carries, guys. You heard it here first.
Yeah, just magic damage.
Yeah, this is one of those things where we'll see how overpowered. I mean, we do patch analysis stuff all the time, and sometimes we think something's OP and ends up being completely useless. But I don't think this is one of them.
No, I think this is pretty OP.
Yeah, it's really good. All right. Helm of the Dominator now uses a Ring of Health instead of an 800 gold recipe. As a result, health regen increased by 2 from it. This item is just, ever since the nerf.
They nerfed it like, what, 3 or 4 times? They were like, every single hero was buying it.
Yeah.
Like
support heroes, carries, everybody.
So when that happens, you got to do something. But I think it'll be back. Because of the neutral changes, because of Mask of Madness as well. This item, read it.
Let's talk about it. Requires a quarterstaff instead of the recipe. Provides 20 damage and 10 attack speed. Berserk active attack speed bonus reduced by 10, so slightly. Can now be disassembled. This is the biggest deal.
That's the huge part. Oh my god.
Like, I don't know if you've been. How do you feel about like lifesteal in general? When I'm building a lifesteal on a hero, I'm like, ugh. I kind of just want to stick with a casual morbid mask because I want to get satanic later, but I need a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go for a Vlad's because you can't take it apart, and later on, I'm not going to want it. Now you can build Mask of Madness.
The best part is, you're not even losing much because you're getting a quarterstaff instead of a recipe. So if you could disassemble it and you're getting a recipe, you'd be kind of pissed, right? But this way, you can use the quarterstaff for like butterfly, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's really good, and also. The jungle changes. Again, this is a huge part of it. You're getting this movement speed and attack speed to run around the jungle and farm to your heart's content. And when you're finished that like period of your, the first like 10-20 minutes, you can just disassemble and make a scat or a satanic and you're good.
So that's a slippery slope, right? Very slippery slope. It's funny you say that because there was a pro game on like an hour ago. There was like 3 of these in the game. And it's just for farming. Really. I mean, think about Mask of Madness. A lot of people don't realize what it does anymore because before it would be
the mute you, right?
Well, no. Well, yeah, now it does that. But before it was not looked at in a great way because you activate it, you take a percentage of extra damage, right? But the change that was made, and we haven't really seen it picked up by many people. I think we were theory crafting what heroes would be good on. It silences you.
No.
And you lose 5 armor. Right?
Reduces your armor, right? No silence, right?
No, it silences you and reduces your armor.
Okay, yeah, it does. Yeah.
Which for some heroes is like it doesn't matter. Like losing 5 armor for them isn't a big deal, and then the muting doesn't matter. Well, it's not muting. Muting silences your items as well. It's just silence.
I mean, you can't say spells out loud and therefore cast them, Sean.
Yes, there you go. Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, this is a very interesting one as well. So I would expect to see that a lot. Especially in the early game.
I don't know what I think. If it couldn't be disassembled, it wouldn't be nearly as powerful. Like that's actually the huge part. Right?
Well, it's also 100 gold less because the more of a mask is reduced in cost, and the bonus damage reduced by 5.
I really fear that Dota just doesn't turn into a literal farm fest because of the amount of creeps now, because of the reduced bounty and stuff on heroes. Yeah, like even like it could be just like and because actually. People need so many items and time now because people get the items later, so therefore they're not getting the same timings. It could be slower.
Yeah, I mean a lot of this is still theory crafting because we see like these numbers of gold reduced. Like we went through that 3-paragraph line. We don't actually know what it's like till we see pro games for like a month to get a better idea of how much difference it actually makes.
Yeah, and still even a month is. Usually they have this period where like, we have this figured out. and then at like a TI, for example, everyone's like, no,
yeah, that's the
not
thing.
what you do.
Think about what happened last year, right? Before TI, we had a small patch.
Yeah.
So after the Boston Major, we have a patch like we've never seen ever, and then now after this, or right after it wasn't even right after, it's before the TI qualifiers. Now we're getting a patch of this magnitude. It's crazy.
Yeah, TI qualifiers are in a month, right?
Yeah,
like they're very, very soon.
Yeah, so that it's risky, but for the most part, so far, I'm really liking this patch. But we'll see. Solar Crest, everybody's been hating on this item because it's OP. Solar Crest Armor Edition / removal reduced by 2. Slight nerf. Solar Crest on enemies changed from 25% miss chance on target to 25% true strike chance on attackers. Can you explain this to me? I read this like 5 times.
Solar
I can't
Crest
quite
on enemies
understand.
Change from 25 miss chance on target. Okay, so you cast it on your enemy. Instead of them having miss chance, we have 25% true strike. So, for example, if they have a butterfly, 25% of the time we have true strike.
So it's
kind
of like the headshot mechanic from Sniper of old.
Exactly. So therefore they don't miss. So it's actually amazing because sometimes when you were sieging high ground, the enemy would solar crest you and you wouldn't be able to hit the building because you'd have missed. But no, you don't. So
using it offensively isn't nearly as good anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a big nerf. Huge nerf.
Okay. All right. So it's more of a defensive item.
Oh,
Moonshard now
the
only gives
lighthouse.
half the bonus. What?
The Lighthouse Night Stalker is back. You can eat the Moonshard, have an Ags, and have a Moonshard in your inventory.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Huh.
That's cool.
Before, when you ate a Moonshard, you'd have the full vision, or it wouldn't give
it didn't give you anything.
Oh,
nothing.
Okay. What was the is it like 200? I'm gonna look it up. It was like
a
250 or something, right?
Let me check. You're checking. I'm lazy.
I'm checking, guys. No worries. I don't know if they've actually updated is the issue. So why doesn't it say? Shade sight. That doesn't mean anything to me.
What are you looking at?
Oh, night vision bonus is 300. And it works against darkness, as we kind of talked about. So it'd be 150 if you consume it.
Yeah. What is the Night Stalker? It's huge already, right? So adding 150 on top.
Yeah.
God damn. I wonder. It doesn't stack, right? So
you can't eat more than one. Oh, you're saying if you have one in your inventory and you eat one?
Yeah. I don't think it stacks.
I doubt it, but that would be pretty interesting. It'll be 450 in that case. I don't know. You guys can test that out. Necronomicon, demonic summoning duration increased by 5. This is an item that's kind of dropped off a bit. A lot of it has to do with the heroes that are played don't really take use of it.
They changed how it works as well, right? The creeps themselves used to drain a lot of mana when they were attacking, and now you have to constantly cast the mana drain on the character. Otherwise, you don't drain any mana. Like the strength of the hero was you stun someone, and you attack with the necro creeps. They have no mana and are unable to escape, right? Or you siege with it. But now they nerfed that aspect of it, so it's not as good. It's what, 5,600 gold or something for an item that can be killed and therefore rendered useless, So,
hey, they take pure damage though, bro. It's like 800. That's Lena old.
That's maybe the necro, or not the necro, the Death Prophet counter. Death Prophet can't control her spirits, and she's kind of coming into the meta at the moment, so. Remember, people used to buy it against Gyrocopter.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Observer Ward, 5 less gold, allows for different starting item combinations. This is what I was talking about. So, I don't know what I don't even know. Like, prices have been changed so much, I don't know what you can buy anymore. Bottles less.
Fairy Fire's less.
Mangoes less. Fairy Fire. Observer Ward.
I don't know, but like, you're going to buy all the Observers and give your mid laner Tangos. You're not going to have any items as a support. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and keep it down,
Keep it down. I'm trying to last hit and deny and get experience for myself. Get out of range of my denied experience, please.
Stupid pleb.
All right, Radiance damage on illusions reduced again.
Oh boy.
What is Radiance? How much damage does it do
65.
normally?
65.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
65?
Let me check.
It's 60. I mean, still,
Oh,
that's ridiculous.
Okay.
I remember it used to be 35, or maybe 30 even. But yeah, this is continually being reduced. So illusions again, another nerf. Refresher orb, refresh now replenishes charge-based abilities.
I guess the ones that come to mind are Death Prophet. Again,
okay.
you can buy
Death
a refresher
Prophet.
late game on Death Prophet, and it refreshes the Spirit Siphon.
Who else has charge?
For some reason.
Okay, he's never gonna get refresher though.
No.
I was thinking, even though it's an Ags Shadow Demon, imagine casting. Oh, Rupture, dude! Rupture, 4 Ruptures, 6 Demonic Purges.
The Shadow Demon one is terrifying. No, actually,
it's a legit Ags upgrade.
Yeah, it is. And with the talent, you can do like 1,500 damage or something with your. Oh my god!
What other charges are we missing? Anything else come to mind? I'm sure we're missing something.
Earth Spirit.
He gets all his stones back?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, you're never gonna get refresher on him though, right? But yeah, that has some interesting implications. Maybe there's a couple heroes we're not thinking of, but regardless, you guys get the idea. Rod of Atos reworked the recipe. So it used to be 2 staffs of wizardry and a Vit booster. Now it is 1 staff of wizardry, 2 bracers, which is what we were talking about earlier, and a recipe. So the cost is roughly the same. Instead of 30 int and 350 health, you get 20 int, 15 strength, 6 agility, 6 damage.
I like this, like, because you know you're playing support in a game, and you were getting shit on by a Storm Spirit, and you're slowly building up them bracers. You know, getting one little bit at a time, he kills you, and like it gives you a chance to kind of jump that gap in cost, because you know all these 1,000 gold items are really difficult to come by as a support hero. And
nobody's buying drums, right? So
yeah,
bracers are just not purchased very often anymore.
I like it a lot.
It still takes bracer for a drum, right? They've changed this shit so much.
It does, it does right now. Right now, it takes a bracer. Yeah.
All right, if this was the trivia in Dota, I would have gotten that. Well, I would have gotten it right, but I would have had to think about it. So there's 50 less health from this, by the way, the change. 10 less intelligence, but you get 6 agility, 6 damage. So, and slightly less. But okay. Rod of Atos is a great item. Definitely
it's one. Very strong. The new root mechanics made it even stronger, I think.
Yeah, it's super good. And the range is ridiculous. It's like 800 range or something. It's insane.
And it's very quick. You know, say, oh, you can dodge it on Storm Spirit, but it's actually a very fast projectile.
Sange is
a huge nerf.
Sange is 100 less. Yasha's 100 less. Attack speed is reduced by 5 though. But here's the thing. They're making it a bigger deal to upgrade, right? Because Yasha, when you get Manta now, you get that 5. Oh wait, do you? Yeah, you get your 5
you do,
attack speed back. Sange, part of Halberd, that's 100 less to get Halberd. That is super, super good now. Of course, Manta style now, recipe costs increased by 100 to make up for this. But
they didn't change Echo Saber, actually. So when I thought about Echo Saber, I was like, okay, Echo Saber is the replacement for kind of Sanjin Yasha, Heaven's Halberd kind of thing, because it's a strength-based item, you know, it gives you kind of utility. So now I think Echo Saber might even be nearly out of the game, and Heaven's Halberd is just king, like over everything.
I don't know. There's some heroes that you still want Echo Saber on over Halberd.
Well, Slark is the only one I can think
of. Tiny.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I love me some Tiny, so, but yeah. But you do have a point. I think Halberd's gonna, because you can't get infinite items, so it's got to replace something. It'll definitely.
And also, these items are not exactly high cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're gonna fill up very quickly on the inventory kind of aspect.
True that. Scythe of Vice cooldown reduced by 3. This is an item that's non-existent right now. I want to say
they murdered it, right?
It's a super luxury item for pretty much any hero, even heroes that you would normally see it on like 3 years ago.
The problem was the Lotus Orb. Right? When you get to the stage where you have a Hex, everyone has a Lotus Orb, and your item is rendered completely useless. They need to make it unpurgeable or something, or unlotusable, whatever. That's too strong.
I think Lotus Orb is super strong. I'm glad that they didn't nerf it, because I still think it's a really cool item.
Yeah.
You can abuse Lotus Orb as well. That's the cool thing with like 4 staffs or whatever. So there's ways around it. But yeah.
I think it's a funny item as well. Like you can do funny things with
yeah.
Lotus Orbit. So
Shiva's guard recipe increased by 50. Okay. Silver Edge recipe cost increased again to 700 now. This item is so expensive.
It started at 300 and now it's 700. Okay. And this is just for a recipe. Like a lot of it seems like they're in most of the cases trying to go away from recipes, like for example replacing the quarterstaff in the Mask of Madness, that kind of stuff. But in this case they're like trying to nerf it even more by just increasing the cost.
I think a lot of it is because people are buying items or not buying certain items, so they want to incentivize it. I'm guessing a lot of people buy Silver Edge. I actually, since they changed it to be 500, or actually since they changed it, was it always an ultimate orb that made Silver Edge?
No, it was a Sanj, right?
Oh yeah. So ever since they changed that to be an ultimate orb, because it's harder to purchase now because it's more bulk. I just stick with the Shadow Blade. I don't know how you feel.
I think the item is extremely broken. Like if they have one core hero that's doing most of the damage, and you apply the break or the effect, the reduced damage.
Yeah.
It does so much. Like against heroes like Timbersaw, people say you buy it against the reactive armor. No. You buy it against the damage. Like it's the damage reduction is 40% on all spells and attacks, everything. It's massive.
It's quite good. Soul Ring now requires a mango instead of 150 recipes. So the meme is this is eating the mango, right? It's pretty cute.
Oh my god.
So
it is cute.
That's nice.
Yeah,
so
it's good for maybe Darkseer. It's the hero comes to mind. You know, you start off with a mango.
What if you use that mango by accident? Like, oh god, oh no, now I need to buy another one to make my. It's the same thing as getting a recipe.
I think it also is an attempt to make Soul Ring a more common item on supports. You don't see it that much unless you're building A and Bloodstone or B you're playing Darkseer, right? Like it's very rare.
You share? You can't share mangoes, right? You can
use a mango on.
You can use it on someone, but you can't give them in their inventory, right?
No, I don't think so. Not like Ring of Health or Ring of Regen.
That would be hilarious. You're like, hey, I need to finish my Soul Ring. Like somebody drops in the the mango, but that's not the case. This one
that would be cool.
This is a cool change. Urn of Shadows. So the heal acts as a proper regen like Salve, which is nice. No ticks. Also rework the recipe. This is the interesting thing. So used to be a Sage's Mask, 2 gauntlets, and a recipe. Now it is an infused raindrop. This is a really weird one, by the way. Infused raindrop, circlet, ring of protection, and a recipe. So the cost is exactly the same. Instead of 6 strength and 50 mana regen, you get 50% mana regen, that is. You get 2 stats, 2 armor, 1 mana regen.
Okay, I wonder, A, if the infused raindrop has to be brand new. And B, could you like buy the raindrop, get it down to 1 charge, put it in your backpack?
Exactly.
That's the strat, yeah?
Yes. And that would be an interesting way to hurt the economy of a hero that they're going to be building Urn. You just use spells on them to waste their raindrop. They have to buy another one. Right?
Every time you get them.
But here's the more so than that. I think first of all, this makes you way tankier just having the raindrop. It's interesting that when this effect doesn't work at all once the Urn is complete. That's kind of weird, right? You lose the entire capability of this item.
This is why they made the thing purgeable, I guess, for the Urn of Shadows. The Salve purgeable. Remember, we were confused. It's definitely one of the reasons. I think.
So purging off, does that mean the negative Urn charge you can purge off?
Yeah, I think so.
That would be okay.
I think so, yeah. If it is, it says acts like as proper regen like Salve. So I guess it's just negative regen, exactly like Salve. But they probably didn't do that actually.
You get 80 less health. Am I doing my math right? I feel like that's a lot. 20 strength, or 20 HP per strength. And it's 3 strength, or 4 strength you're losing. Yeah, it's 80. You're losing 80 HP, but you get 2 armor, which is pretty huge. And if you guys don't know the difference between these, so 50% mana regen early in the game is it's not great. It depends on how high your intelligence is, and typically it's not going to be that high. Plus 1 mana regen is actually way better, I think.
It's actually insane. It's really good. If you think about it like this, a lot of the heroes that would buy an Urn, generally you buy it on like supports that roam, like Spirit Breaker, maybe like Bane, CM, that kind of stuff. And most of the heroes are, I know I named 2 intelligence heroes, but most of them are strength-based heroes that have low base mana regen. So just adding +1 makes all the other items better as well.
Another hero that comes to mind, even though he's not a support, is Scepter. Always out of mana, I feel like, on a hero. This makes a big difference. Overall, I would call this a buff. Even though you lose the raindrop, which again, that's really weird. But
I think it's a pretty big, massive buff. You just get that raindrop down to 1, and you don't buy an urn until you do that, and then you're. No,
I agree. I agree. I think it's definitely a buff. It's pretty cool too. All right, so that's the items. So now we're on the heroes. All right, guys, this is where it gets interesting. Not in this hero specifically, but the heroes in general. So unstable concoction for alchemist, cooldown increased at all levels, but it ends up being the same at level 4. Unstable concoction AoE increased by 25. Greevil's Greed base gold reduced massively. This is a huge nerf. Greevil's Greed bonus per stack increased by 1, slight buff. And then the bonus cap rescaled to be more, to be higher at the earlier levels, but less at the later levels.
Nah, they screwed them up real bad.
Dude, this middle one, that is such a giant nerf, right?
Oh my god, it's a tragedy, actually. Like, I hated playing as Alchemist, don't get me wrong, but this is...
I love Alchemist.
Brutality.
But here's the thing. Remember the changes to the camps? There's more creeps. Neutrals.
Yeah, it's...
But...
It's still nothing.
Whoever has the record for highest GPM with Alchemist in a pro game, it's going to stay that way for quite a while, I feel like. I think this is a big, big, big nerf.
It really is. They destroyed him.
So you think he's done?
Hard. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, Grievous Creep bonus per stack increase. No, it's not like... The unstable concoction AoE is kind of cool. The cooldown is increased. No. They tried to offer you this thing. It's like, oh look, you have a bigger AoE, but we fucked you.
Well, I think doesn't that mean they want him to maybe be played more as a support
aggressively at least, yeah,
or an aggro build. Yeah.
But I don't think they should do that. I don't like the way they try and steer heroes in a direction.
Right. Maybe they want to give you an alternative. Maybe not steer them. Maybe give you an option. Okay. But I'm one of the few people that I love watching Alchemist, even mainly because he gives ags to people. It's like the most interesting thing in my life right now.
Not anymore. He's gonna be too poor.
Well, it remains to be seen. We'll see. Ancient Apparition attack range increased by 75. Big buff. Ice Vortex movement modifier has a positive effect on Ancient Apparition, which I'm gonna check.
Oh, so that's so cool.
It is cool. Is it 25%? I want to say.
It's quite a lot, yeah. So he basically slides on ice like he's skating.
It's very cool.
I'm still waiting for Morphling to move faster in the river. I think that should and downhill, because he's actually water. Yeah, he should flow.
Yes, everyone needs to bend their will to the laws of physics, right?
Exactly.
Okay, move speed slow increase is 30% on Ice Vortex.
Oh,
and
man,
then
that's so
with
cool.
the talent, it can go up to 38%. And you can kind of spam these. It can cover an entire area.
You're trying to escape, and you're building yourself a little ice pot to escape. It's actually.
This is a huge. Buff.
I was gonna say you could even do cool stuff like you could build a fake ice pot and juke with it and stuff. Oh, that's actually really cool.
You go in for a gank, you just leave Ice Vortexes behind you.
Yeah.
All right. Also, this is where we're gonna start seeing some replaced. So all respawn talents are gone, 100% gone.
Praise the Lord.
Synderin is very happy about this because we were just talking about this the other day. So his was at level 20. It's replaced with plus 8% Ice Vortex slow / resistance.
I think
that's what I was referring
to. Go back to the respawn talents. They actually just completely changed the game. They were awful. Some heroes would respawn instantly for Lion, Phoenix, that kind of stuff. What are you meant to do? You take a team fight, you kill that hero, he's alive instantly. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, Lone Druid.
I'm so happy. So happy.
I mean this is another big buff nerf to high ground defense, which is great because it was way too powerful.
And they nerfed buyback as well, remember earlier?
Yeah, there's a lot of nerfs. So glad to see it. It's one of the most annoying things I've found from 7.0, so I'm super happy about this. Axe. Okay, now we're going to get into the Ags, my friend. Oh, I can't wait. All right. So Axe, before we get into this, just so you guys know, I made a if if you don't know, I made an Ags ranking a long time ago before 7.0 came out that got a lot more attention than I was anticipating. I've been working on my post 7.0 Ags list, and it was about 80% done. I'm really happy this patch came out because I knew something was going to come out. So I was about 80% done, and this kind of puts me back to 50% maybe. I need to tweak it. So out of, at the time when I was writing this, 96 heroes had Aghanim Scepters that you could purchase. Axe was number 91 on this list. Garbage tier. So let's see how this changes.
Yeah.
All right. So instead of his old garbage, which I can just read it now, I guess.
Oh, no. It's the old garbage and the new garbage.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I'm doing old garbage. So old garbage was the kill threshold was increased from 400 to 550. Decreases the cooldown from 55 to 6, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the kill speed duration increased from 6 to 10. So based on just looking at that alone, it doesn't seem that bad. But the problem is, and I don't know if this changes here, is building Ags on Axe, you're giving up an item slot for something that could be way more powerful.
It's essentially, 150 damage and some stats.
Yeah.
Like on your ulti, yeah.
I mean, at the same time, like when I play Axe, and I play him extensively, by the way, it's becoming my new Centaur, and I feel so OP. You run out of slots because there's so many different items you can build on Axe. There's like half the items in the game essentially work on.
All the items you build are really cheap ones, like Blade Mail, Force Staff, Blink Dagger. They're all 2,000 gold items that you can get a good few of them very quickly.
Though, I keep reading it. Read this one for me.
Reworked Scepter on Axe causes Battle Hunger to reduce total enemy damage output by 30%. Applies Battle Hunger on enemy heroes within a 700 AoE after a successful Culling Blade. I failed to see it being good, actually.
Me too.
Like, this is garbage.
Sounds pretty bad. So here's the thing. When you kill somebody with Culling Blade, it says applies Battle Hunger on enemy heroes. I'm assuming that means everyone, not just like one random hero. So every hero in that range gets Battle Hunger. That's pretty good. That's the best part of this Ags.
Well, does it
30% total damage reduction?
Does it affect your normal Battle Hunger as well, right? So it's actually an added buff.
Right. So 30% of total damage out. Now, again, you can take off Battle Hunger with BKB with a lot of things. What's that?
But it's the same as the Silver Edge, right? So it's
Silver Edge is 40, right?
Yeah, exactly. But it's the same, as in it works on spells.
I wonder if it stacks. But yeah, that'd be
fine. Oh my god.
70%.
Yeah, ignore Luna, guys. He's fine.
And that's the other thing. Silver Edge only lasts for 4 seconds or something like that, right? This is a very long time. But or you kill a unit.
What is it? How long is the duration?
I'm going to say 10 seconds.
10 seconds sounds a bit right.
Let's see.
Maybe it wouldn't be 50. No.
It might be more than 10. So Battle Hunger is 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah. So for 10 seconds, they do 30% less damage.
Right.
If they don't have a BKB, a Manta Style, Lotus Orb.
So kind of the Heaven's Halberd issue from before, right? But Battle Hunger has a very low cooldown as well. It's 5-second cooldown at level 4.
You could also argue that causing them to use these items just because of a Battle Hunger is pretty huge. Like forcing someone to BKB because of Battle Hunger would be...
Yeah. I would say I'd have to test it out because you can't ever judge something based on what you're reading alone.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably not very good, though. Because I think the reasons I brought up earlier, like, what are you giving up to get an Ags, right? Does that mean, you're not... You have to have Blink. You have to have Blade Mail. I think Lotus Orb is quickly becoming super core. Crimson Guard just got a buff. Maybe that's good now on him.
Shadow Blade.
Shadow Blade's great. Force Staff, maybe. Like, you're giving up something to get this Ags, and it's not guaranteed to be good, right? So...
Yeah. Put that
it doesn't increase his threshold. I thought that was a big deal.
What do you mean?
The threshold for his ult, Culling Blade. It doesn't do anything.
It still does, right?
I don't think so. It says reworked. Anytime it says reworked.
Oh my god, really?
Well, let me double check. Yeah, It doesn't do anything that it used to.
Oh.
This is not like this plus the old one. The old one's gone.
Oh god, it's terrible.
I don't know if it's terrible. I'm not going to say that.
If it still doesn't have the 6-second cooldown thing, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it does not.
Because that was one of the main reasons. Because, you know, everyone makes mistakes. Right. And, you know, you accidentally Cooling Blade someone they're not low enough. You look like an idiot, but you can do it again in 6 seconds.
Yep, not the case anymore.
Oh, God, I really hope... Then it's not great at all. Actually...
I'm very skeptical.
I think the damage output is pretty big. 30%. I know. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. We're gonna test this out later, you and me. Spamax. Bane. So reworked Bane's Scepter as well. We'll get to this in a second. We'll come back to that. His Agi int growth increased by 0.3, matching the new strength growth. Fiend's Grip deals damage every 0.5 seconds instead of 1.0, kind of like, I guess, to some degree, the Urn changes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know why it always...
Before the icing.
Yeah, like, why did it ever take a second, though? Like, it doesn't make sense.
But it's good against heroes like TA or instance-based things, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so like, about that. It's pretty good. It's also good against, in this case, it doesn't work as well, but like, Blink Daggers, all them kind of items, that refreshes the cooldown on the Blink Dagger and that kind of stuff more often.
That's true. All right, Bane Elemental Friend. So again, there were 96 heroes before this patch that had Ags. 96 heroes. He was 82, so pretty bad.
I said that was even way too high.
Maybe. I mean, it's in like the 8th out of 10th tier, so it's not good. It used to extend the duration of Fiend's Grip by 2 seconds, so from 5 to 7. Increase the damage from 215 to 270. The mana drain from 5% to 10%. And then the really random thing that I didn't think really benefited at all was if somebody attacks Bane while they're nightmaring, they get, or while he's Fiend's Gripping, they get nightmare.
Yeah, it was weird.
So now it causes Brain Sap to have a 1.5 second cooldown and pierces spell immunity. This is a fucking amazing Ags. This is great. If you can get it.
Okay. Brain Sap costs a lot of mana. But isn't it 300?
If you have an Aghanim Scepter, I'm pretty sure you have other items. You're not going to rush Ags, right?
That's true. 1.5 second cooldown on a pure damage nuke that pierces spell immunity is pretty insane.
I'm looking at the cooldown of Brain Sap in general. Brain Sap is 11 seconds normally.
What's the mana cost?
160, actually.
Okay, 160.
This is ridiculously good. Ridiculously good.
Okay, what? Okay, I'm picturing Bane in a team fight, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm Bane. I'm going into a team fight. I'm gonna sleep this nerd, and I'm gonna ulti this nerd, and then I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm standing there going like this for the entire duration of my ulti, and that's why we picked the hero, right? Yeah. And then I can't actually. I'm like, dudes, I got an Ags. I need to cast my Brain Sap, and you're not able to do anything.
No, that's true. That's true. What if you don't level your ultimate? No, that's definitely there's a good point there, but what's his like strength like? How much HP does he have? He doesn't have very 22 strength to start. That's not bad,
maybe you can do some cool thing with Bane mid, because Bane mid is actually pretty strong.
Yeah, used to be good back in the day.
He can solo kill people. Yeah, in Dota 1 I used to pick it a lot.
Yeah,
maybe. All right, it is neat though.
So there is some counter synergy like you talked about, but if you look at it just on paper alone, this is very good. As whether it works in practice, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, Beastmaster Wild Axe's cast range increased from 1300 to 1500. Wild Axe's mana cost rescaled to be less mana in the earlier stages. Respawn talent removed. Now you get +1 boar at level 15. I think that's pretty good.
That is pretty good, yeah. Beastmaster usually gains levels fast. You know, he can jungle fast, he can lane pretty well. So level 15 talent is pretty acquirable. And the boars do like 70 damage, I want to say. Something like that. It's pretty substantial, actually. That's very good.
So the alternative for that level is 12 strength. You take the boar, I think.
You take the boar, yeah.
That's pretty good. All right. Going on to Bloodseeker. Bloodright cooldown has been decreased at all levels, and the cast point has been reduced by 0.1, so making it easier to cast Bloodright, essentially.
Oh, okay. The cooldown's pretty big early game, but
Yeah.
You know, because usually you get 4 points in your third spell, 1 point in your second spell, and points in your.
Who is that?
How's it going?
Hi. Hi.
How's it going? She's laughing loads. I don't know.
See what I got today.
I'll see you in a second. I'll be with you in a bit.
Yeah, in a bit. 2 hours later.
Yeah.
Oh, Volker, why?
Kevin calls in. Oh God.
All right, Blood Right.
Yeah, so my point was basically that you have level 1 of the spell for most of the game, and the cooldown's lower now, so that's good. With the Blood Ray.
Bounty Hunter. Fix Shuriken Toss. Scepter. Interrupting the chain if one of the target is spell immune. Good to know. I didn't know that was a thing.
So it still bounces to a spell immune target, but doesn't do any damage, essentially. Right, okay.
It doesn't stop the chain, which is good to know.
Maybe you can put him up 1 level in your Aghanim's list.
Oh,
maybe
that's true. He's pretty low, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty low. I don't know. We'll see. Brewmaster. Drunken Haze cast point reduced from 0.3 to 0.2, so making it easier to cast. Haze duration increased by half a second. Hurl Boulder cast point reduced as well, so making it easier to cast everything, apparently. Drunken Brawler crit increased by 30%. And the respawn talent for him has been changed to 2-second Thunderclap slow at level 20.
230, isn't that the same as it's 10 less than Deadless, right? It's pretty big. Like 230% is quite a huge damage increase. And all the rest of it, yeah, it's just like a kind of ease of playing kind of thing, right? All these cast point things, on paper they don't look like much, but when you play it, it's a big,
this hero
big difference.
Is starting to get insane.
Yeah, okay. It's a bit spooky.
Listen to this, okay? Level 15 talent, you get 75 Thunderclap damage. Let's say you take that, okay? Level 20, the alternative to this is 20 strength, but let's for argument's sake say you take the 2-second Thunderclap slow. So all of a sudden Thunderclap is doing more damage and slowing for a longer period of time. And then level 25, your primal split unit health is 2,000 extra. So if you don't remember, Ags used to be super popular on Brewmaster back in the day because it upgraded the health and damage and everything attributed to the spirits.
And he as far as Aghanim's carriers go, he doesn't need much other items, right?
Right.
You just get
Blink Ags, honestly. Because now you can get 2,000 extra health on your little guys. They get Thunderclap. So you're casting Thunderclap once, splitting, casting it again. It's starting to get to the point of being ridiculous, actually. Somebody that's actually good at microing, Ags is insane on Brewmaster now.
Yeah. Also, the other strengths are basically, like Heaven's Halberd is a pretty good item on him because, you use Heaven's Halberd and then you ulti and then you come out of it.
Evasion?
Like, no, I just think Heaven's Halberd is a good item on Brewmaster.
No, it is, but they get. I'm pretty sure they don't get the evasion, but they get like auras, right?
Yeah, they don't get the passive evasion from Brewmaster, no. But they do get we get Radiance, they get like AC, that kind of stuff.
Oh no, the Fire Spirit does get evasion though, actually, from his passive.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because his passive is evasion.
But the Brewmaster thing is, he's becoming a scary man.
Yeah.
They need to watch
I think
out for
Ags is becoming core. Like before, you might not get Ags sometimes. But yeah.
I think people might even try the crit build. Like 230% is pretty substantial.
It is. But even with Ags, you get the crit on the Fire Panda too.
But it has a base damage, right? You can't increase it with items. You can't.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Bristleback, his talent at level 20 was replaced for a 10% spell lifesteal. So essentially, it's interesting that they say spell lifesteal.
Oh my god!
So with Octarine, Blade
what have
Mail,
they done?
This is the new meme, I think.
That is pretty. Okay, already it was very difficult to kill Bristleback with Octarine and like say a Radiance or Vanguard, whatever. But 10%? How much is Octarine already? It's 25, right? On heroes?
Lifesteal or spell steal?
So first of all, this spell lifesteal is not directly related to heroes. So Octarine, I believe, is 5% on creeps and 25% on heroes because it'd be too broken if it was already on everything. If it was 25 over everything. So this is just 10% flat,
right?
Which is really good because you can kill ancients. You can if there's random units in the fight like summons, you're gonna heal quite a lot just based off them. not even heroes. So yeah, it's pretty massive.
So the alternative for this talent at level 20 is 50 attack speed. I think you take spell lifesteal every single time. I mean, 50 attack speed is really good, but I think
maybe
spell lifesteal
for some reason you're playing on a team that, you know, where you need to buy physical damage items or something, maybe you could see an option for the other one. But generally, yeah,
but that's the thing. Like you can't really replace the spell lifesteal as easily. Octarine is literally the only item, right? Attack speed. There's so many different things you can get.
The value.
Yeah, the value lost there. CK Reality Rift cast point reduced, so easier to cast his W. The cooldown of the same spell has been reduced at the earlier levels. Chaos Strike lifesteal increased from 65 to 75. That is a lot of lifesteal. And the Phantasm Illusion damage taken has been increased, so they're less tanky.
How many times do you cast Reality Rift and the person has walked into fog, and you're just like, nah, nah?
I actually hate that mechanic. Yep. I hate it so much.
This is a nice attempt to try and make that a little more bearable.
Why don't you just make it 0? You know? Let's go Han. Let's go the Han route. Why stop there?
Oh man.
But yeah, that is pretty tilting.
So that's definitely one of the most annoying things about playing this hero, and they're fixing it slowly, so it's good. The lifesteal on Chaos Strike is bonkers. Absolute bonkers.
Chen, Holy Persuasion cooldown reduced by a lot. Like a lot.
Holy shit.
When you die with all your creeps, you replace them super fast now. And there's more camp.
There's
camps
more
respawn more often.
People get less experience for killing your things as well, so it doesn't matter as much if you feed
Siege units are god tier now, apparently.
Oh my god, yeah.
And they gain a bunch of HP with Chen.
Siege units.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Get Bloodlust. Get Ogre in there. Bloodlust the 4 siege units.
There has to be some strategy where like Chen waits for the time for the siege units and just collects them all.
Right.
And then
I think so,
pushes.
dude. I think so. Replaced his respawn talent with plus 1,000 creep health. So that's level 20. I'm going to take a look at his talent list right now.
1,000 creep health. What's their max?
The alternative
HP?
is 90 gold a minute at level 20. That's god awful.
Yeah. The health
is
pretty legit.
And remember, at level 25, you get 2 extra Holy Persuasion.
Yes, you can get 2 more ancients or whatever you want.
So, I mean, these buffs for Chen, they're starting to look pretty real. I mean, that was like, you kill a Chen with all his creeps, and he's just worthless for like 5 minutes.
Remember we were looking at the win rate for your Ags lists of heroes and pro games, and Chen was like 70%.
Was he?
Yeah, it was like 68% or something like that over all levels. I can
actually look right now.
Yeah, it was very, very high. So
I'm looking at a different. Okay, so Chen with Ags, it's not that many. It's 29 games, but it's a 79.31% win rate.
Yeah.
And then without Ags, 43%.
Get the Ags.
Ags pretty good, I guess. I might. All right, so you were actually. This is kind of off topic. You were hoping that I would increase the Ags on Chen.
Yeah, I think Chen is really good.
All right, I'm convinced now. I'm convinced after seeing that. All right, moving along. Clinks. This one's kind of weird. Death Pact cooldown increased to a whopping 85 seconds. But the duration has been increased to 65 seconds.
The thing I see with this is you see a Clinks farming in a lane and he has Death Pact on him. It didn't last that long, right? So you can be just like, okay, let's just wait on this because it gives him like 1,000 HP or something ridiculous like that. So let's wait for this to fade and then we'll gank him. But now he's just gonna be a monster. You know, you had this problem when you played Clinks. You ran into the jungle, you ate the creep, and the team fight starts. Halfway through the team fight, your Death Pact is gone.
Yeah.
But now you're just this beast.
Like you're on the cusp of ganking someone. You're like, oh, my creep's about to run out. Oh Lord, please. But not anymore. But at the same time, the downside is it doesn't have 100% uptime anymore. So there's 20 seconds where you will not have it, no matter what.
But it technically didn't the other way anyway. Like you'd use it on a melee creep in lane or something. It wouldn't be.
Yeah, it wasn't great a lot of the time. That's true. It's just a really weird ultimate, especially when you want to be invis all the time. But I'd say this is a buff for sure. Overall,
it's hard to tell for me. I think it's either way. Like it could be either way, depending on the play style of the person playing it. How you know, there's a lot of factors.
You eat less creeps, so you're gonna get less gold technically, right? And less XP.
That's true too. Yeah.
But you're gonna have more time to gank, which is really nice, and that's kind of his bread and butter anyway. So I think it's good.
You can have more patience ganking as well.
Yeah, exactly. You're not rushed. Clockwork replaced his respawn talent with plus 40 battery assault damage at level 20.
What? Hold on a sec. How much does battery assault do? It's like
battery assault.
Clockwork.
95 damage per shrapnel.
Okay.
So with the talent, it's plus 40, and then the alternative is 12% magic resist at level 20, which isn't great.
That's a ridiculous amount of damage, right?
Yes, and of course his level 25 is to have essentially the
a longer duration
up all the time, essentially. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah,
I'm ready to play some Clockwork. I think
that is very nice.
Okay, Crystal Maiden freezing field cooldown rescaled to be higher at level 1 and 2. Fixed Scepter freezing field not interrupting targets, and then the respawn talent for her, which was at level 20, has been replaced by plus 50 freezing field damage.
Meh. Too much emphasis on the ulti, I think, with all these changes. Like this, if they wanted to nerf her, they need to nerf the other spells.
I think part of it is because Ags no longer increases damage of freezing field. It just freezes people with frostbite. It gives you a way to actually get more damage on your ult if you want. But the alternative is 120 gold a minute. So.
Oh yeah, the cash dollar every day.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, Darkseer, Wall of Replica, slow rescale from 1 second to 0.6.8 and then 1. So a nerf for the earlier levels. I was talking to Brax about this. He thinks the slow is god awful.
The slow? Isn't that the only reason you use the spell at all?
Well, before it used to do damage instead of a slow, and that's what he preferred.
It was 100 damage, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like I don't know. The issue I had with Darkseer before was you cast wall and people just walk away. Like the way Brax is thinking about it is probably from an angle of I'm gonna have competent teammates that are gonna do things after I use the wall. Right. You know, but when I think about it, I'm playing Darkseer in solo queue and everyone's a fucking lunatic, and I'm trying my best here to win the game. You know, a wall, they walk away. Like that's.
Well, they can blink away without it damage though now, right?
That is true, actually. Yeah. Usually you'd have Ion Shell on, right?
Yeah. Oh, usually you'd vacuum them in, so that would cancel it. Anyway.
Yeah, true.
Dazzle reworked Dazzle Scepter, which we'll get to, and replace respawn talent. All right, we'll do this one at a time. So for the respawn talent, let me bring him up right now. So instead of the respawn, it's plus 25 poison touch DPS at level 20.
Okay, so it does.
Alternative is 25 move speed.
It does 36 DPS initially. The poison touch over. What does it say duration? It doesn't say the duration. Oh, 7 seconds. So 36 damage over 7. That's nothing. I don't know.
I don't. Remember his level 25 isn't it less cooldown or something?
Is it?
It's minus 6 second poison touch cooldown. I think that if you're going to be going for poison touch, that's actually pretty legit, honestly.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe.
Dazzle Scepter. This is the one we're going to talk about.
I don't know what the hell this is.
So it now causes Shallow Grave to be a 450 AoE spell.
Your entire team, if they're like really tight together, which you'd never want to be in Dota, but say you're immortal for 5 seconds, right?
I think people are going to think of the craziest situations that will never happen. Just to give you an idea of where I put the Dazzle on my Ags list. So again, out of, 96 heroes, he was 64. So not great, but not
Oh,
horrendous.
okay. I have the scenario.
Yeah.
Right. They have AoE spells like Magnus RP, Black Hole. Things that suck you or vacuum you into a small, like so everyone's together.
Yeah.
So your team gets RP'd. Sven has fucking Empower on. He blinks in. He's going ham. Everyone's graved. You're good. You know, you can at least maybe escape with 1 or 2 heroes. There is a lot of scenarios where that could be really good. Like a lot of spells do vacuum people into a center, like Darkseer or whatever.
But you need an Ags on Dazzle.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, but it is a cool idea, right?
Yeah, it's a cool idea. All right, here's another one. This is more consistent, I feel like. Okay, so before, Ags used to increase the radius of weave, and the armor per second would increase. The duration was not affected. Now, obviously, it's the shallow grave being a 450 AoE spell. So the only thing that I think is consistent with this is, you know those times where you dazzle and you want to save grave for your carry, but you're the one getting owned? This allows you to cast it on yourself, and somebody around you will get it as a just-in-case type of deal.
Oh. I just came up with a scenario, actually.
Okay, please.
Okay, so A, they have only single-target spells, or B, they don't have... or single-target stuns, or B, they don't have many stuns, right? And you just get... You're in a position where there's 3 of you, and you're in a bad position, you don't want to fight. You can just stand together, grave all of you, and everyone TPs. They can't kill... They can't stun everyone.
Oh, I see.
So people will escape.
All right, having said all that, I don't think I would put it much higher, if at all.
It's pretty arse, to be honest.
It's not great.
No. Yeah. 450 AoE is way too small. Yeah, 4,200 gold is a lot of gold for a hero that needs items to do anything, because...
I mean, this is not a hero that's ever a 4. It's always the 5 position.
And you are #1 target for the enemy, right? If you're playing against Dazzle, Dazzle is the hero you go on. So yeah, good luck. But a cool idea.
Yeah, it was. Disruptor replaced his respawn talent with plus 40 Thunderstrike damage at level 15.
I don't know. These kind of changes are whatever. Like 40 damage at level 15 isn't necessarily a lot of damage. If it increased the duration or something like that, could have been cool. But I don't know. I don't think
the alternative at level 15 is minus 3-second kinetic field cooldown.
Yeah, you just get the kinetic field, right?
So the damage increase for Thunderstrike is from 100 to 140, I believe. It's plus 40, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 140 times 4, whatever that is. 140, 280.
Wait.
280, 560? Is that right?
Isn't it just 160 extra damage in total? Yeah. It lasts for 4 seconds, right?
Okay, so damage per strike is 100 right now. Oh, wait, is it a 6? Oh, number of strike is 4. So it does 400 damage normally. So, okay, so with this, it'll do 160 extra damage. So 560. Yeah, I was right. How dare you? How dare you? My NA math is correct for once. Okay, Doom. Yes?
Yeah, but what's your conclusion on that? Is it worth? I think it's nothing, right?
Yeah, I don't think either talent is super, super good.
It's whatever.
Doom, Scorched Earth healing / damage rescaled to be a greater amount at the earlier levels. Devour mana cost rescaled to be lower, but higher at the level 4. And this one I love. I hated this. Remove critical strike from the small wolves in the jungle, which allows you to eat them without ruining your passive, whatever you've gotten. Like I hate running by that camp. I'm like I can't eat it.
Yeah. Or the worst is when there's all the lanes are pushed and the entire jungle is filled with monsters that have, all of them have spells. They're shitty spells that you don't want. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just a nice happy change, you know.
So to even it out, the attack damage has been increased to those wolves to make up for it.
Oh, what? The wolves already did a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna do the same amount as before.
All right,
same amount, players, but you can eat them.
Get it back.
Dragon Knight, Elder Dragon Form Frost attack slow increased by 10%, matches movement speed reduction.
Oh,
why does he not have an Ags yet? My God.
Why is Dragon Knight one of the best heroes in the game? I think, or getting there anyway.
It's not that big of a buff.
No. Initially, like I've played a lot of solo queue, and Dragon Knight is very, very strong at the moment.
Good. I'm glad. He needs an Ags though.
What would be his Ags?
Full-time ult. Your ult never goes away. It's good.
It lasts a long time already.
Let's say you die. You suck. For how long? Think of Terrorblade.
Like that's why he's really
Think
bad
of all
with
these
Aegis.
heroes. Think of Lycan. Or Lycan's a little bit lower cooldown. Ags would be, the stats are good for him. You farm consistently with AoE Dragon Form. It's great.
That is true.
It's a great item. Ice Frog, I give you permission to steal my idea, please. I'm begging for you for years now. Please. Okay,
I'd like it, to be honest. Okay.
Thank you, Shane. Got your approval?
Yeah, I think so. It's alright, yeah. Especially with Aegis. Aegis is the big thing for me. Like when you respawn.
Yes. Drow Ranger Frost arrows are no longer a unique attack modifier, so you can
just right click that shit and lifesteal in fights. Instead of orb walking people.
Yeah. You can just keep it on. Obviously you can get Deso now.
It's very good
on Drow Ranger. That's not that bad. Dude.
No.
Towers?
Yeah, towers, but you're also made of paper. You're literally you have what?
It's not
900
like
HP and a Desolator. But you don't want to buy Deso. You don't want to buy Deso as a later item because it's such a cheap item.
Yeah, but you don't want to go late game with Drow anyway, right? You want to win in 30 minutes.
Also true.
I don't know. We'll see. That's interesting though.
I like it against certain melee heroes. Like say you're playing against Sven, you can like Hurricane Pike, Frost Arrows, and Lifesteal. Like that. That is pretty good.
Yeah, true.
Sven, it's very difficult to gap close.
Earth Spirit replaced respawn talent with Geomagnetic Grip targets allies, so it's no longer tied to the Scepter. That is from my list, that is a huge nerf to Ags. That's a top 5 Ags in the game, I think. Let me double check.
8? Is it?
No, number 5.
Really?
Number 5, and it got shit on big time.
It's real bad.
Let me find him on the list here. Why did I say Elder Titan? It's Earth Spirit.
I think they have to change his Ags now, right? That was like the huge part, one of the biggest parts of it.
Yeah, that plus. I mean, now it's just the stone. Turn somebody to stone, which is really good, but the other one's consistent.
I skipped ahead by mistake.
What's that?
I skipped ahead by mistake and I need to understand what the next thing means before
you read and I'll explain it. So level 25 Geomagnetic Grip targeting allies. The alternative is plus 300 rolling boulder damage. I don't know why you would ever take that one. Being able to grip allies is insanely good. But then again, you have to keep in mind with the whole Ags nerf, you have to be level 25 to have this. That's one thing to keep in mind.
It's pretty rare to get level 25 on Earth Spirit as well.
All right, Earthshaker.
Do you sell your Ags? Sorry.
What?
Do you sell your Ags on Earth Spirit when you get level 25?
It doesn't give you this thing though.
Wait. Oh, okay.
So you have to get level 25.
Yeah, but when you get level 25, do you sell your Ags? Is my point. On Earth Spirit.
Currently? Wait, what? I don't understand. No. Why would you sell your Ags?
Replace respawn talent with Geomagnetic Grip targets allies, right? So the Ags gives this ability. And it gives the other one.
No, it says no longer tied to Scepter.
Okay, I didn't read the question mark. Okay. Next one.
I don't understand. Totem has True Strike. You don't understand that one?
Like,
why? I think it's great.
It's weird, right?
Why? Think of it this way: you got this big behemoth pounding on the ground. So you got this big attack, and then he misses. How's it gonna miss? Because
have you never played like fucking RPG games? The heavier the weapon, the more risk there is to swinging it, right? That's true. But this, all right.
This ain't an RPG. This is an ARTS game. All right.
I don't know. I just think it's so strong. Like
it's good, but he's a shit hero. Who cares?
He isn't. I think it's a good hero, but he just needs a few changes. But this is really strong. Like True Strike it's a big deal.
Yeah, that's good. Also replace his respawn talent level 20 with plus 350 fissure range.
Jesus Christ.
The alternative is 40 echo damage. I think you take fissure range every time. It's really good.
What is the total fissure range at? Like,
isn't it like 800 something to start? Let me see.
I thought it was longer.
It's probably all right. It's way longer. 1700 fissure length plus 350.
Is that percentage increase that big for fissure? Is that percentage increase?
No, it's not a big percentage increase.
Yeah, so maybe you get the echo damage.
Wait, did I say 1,000? It's 2,050. I don't know, dude. The map has been designed in a way to where you can't really block that consistently with Earthshaker, right?
That is kind
you
of
add
true,
in 350.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to test this out, but you add in 350.
But there's definitely a lot of places you can block. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe even an entire, like say for example, bottom right hand corner of the map, the bit where the river comes to the dire tower, you can maybe block that entire thing like easily, like including the tree part.
But you're right. When you look at these talent upgrades, a lot of times you want to look at percentage increase, and this is a very low percentage increase, but it's still cool.
Sometimes it's just enough though to do some cool stuff like we talked about. But I think this one is not that big, in my opinion.
Elder Titan Astral Spirit Hero bonus damage increased at all levels. Earth Splitter radius increased by 15. They've been doing this consistently, I feel like. And then replaced his respawn talent with plus 200 mana at level 10.
The AoE is huge now. 315 is pretty big.
The alternative is 10 strength at that level for talent.
For the mana?
Yeah.
Yeah, you always get the mana, right? Elder Titan as a hero doesn't want to take damage. He just sits real far back.
Oh, it's health as well, though.
That's true, but like the way you play Elder Titan is like you're really far behind your team, and you're just using your spirit to do everything.
Enchantress.
I think Elder Titan is also a hero that's becoming very, very strong. Like it's scary. One of them scary heroes that's just sneaking up on us, and all of a sudden.
I don't miss him at all, personally.
When was that really strong? I remember there was a
NA Dota loved him last year. That's for sure.
Yeah. When was like Puppy Misery? I remember all these guys playing him a lot. When was that? Maybe
Misery was last year about this time.
Yeah.
Although wasn't Misery playing that? I don't know. Might have been Stoxa. I can't remember. Anywho, Enchantress base intelligence increased by 2. Enchant slow duration has been decreased heavily in the early levels, but slightly longer at level 4. Enchant slow has been increased though, so it slows for more, but for less duration until level 4.
Interesting. Oh, I think it's better overall, especially early game, because when you use the slow at the start, like 20% isn't enough. Okay, so when I look at these changes, I always try to imagine a scenario where it would be useful, and the one I see is, say you're ganking mid lane, and your mid laner has a stun, but it has a cast range. You need to use the time where you're shown, like you're shown on the map and you're running towards them, and your mid laner can gap close. Like 20% doesn't give you that much space. Does that make sense? Does the way I'm explaining make sense?
Yes.
So you want to use this time, this 2 seconds is at 55 is far more valuable than 5 seconds at 20 is what I'm saying. So yeah, I think it's a huge buff.
Respawn talent at level 25 has been replaced with plus 6% impetus damage. So the alternative is enchant effect ancients. That's a pretty hard one to pass up, I think. But plus 6% impetus damage. That is, how much does it do normally? 22%. So it's from 22 to 28. Again, not a big percentage increase.
No, but it's also pure damage, which can't be underestimated.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, I'll have to see. That's one you just have to test. I didn't get a feel for it.
Yeah, agreed. Enigma replaced respawn talent with plus Malefice Instance at level 20.
There's another good one at level 20. It's GPM, I believe. It's like it's really high.
No, that's level 15. Level 20 is actually 300 HP.
Oh.
So 300 HP or plus 1 Malefice Instance. And Malefice has 3 instances to start. So it ends up
I think you get the the HP. Still.
Probably.
I think during your black hole, your BK bead, the only thing that's going to kill you is like right-click damage, that kind of stuff. You want to be just survivable. Right?
Faceless Void, time dilation, slow per affected cooldown increase from 10 to 14. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we don't really get to see that often anymore.
They nerfed the spell.
They what?
They nerfed the spell pretty hard. Faceless Void's W.
Originally, yeah.
And then after that, they're trying to make it up to him.
Yeah, it was retroactive before, right? You cast time dilation, and if you cast a spell afterwards, it Fs you. But now,
the spell has to be on cooldown itself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's much harder to use. Gyrocopter movement speed increased by 5, and homing missile initial delay reduced by half a second. Okay.
That's the initial delay is pretty big. Do you think? Like a lot of heroes can't actually kill it in that duration. It's already flying towards them by the time they can actually kill it. So that half of a second is pretty big.
Yeah, and I've been playing this hero a lot actually. The build with Ags, if you go Ags, you max homing missile second. You don't even get flak cannon.
Flak, yeah.
So homing missile it's a pretty good spell now, I think.
Yeah.
Hustle life break leap increased by 200, and life break damage dealt / taken increased from 35 to 42 at level 3.
Oh, one of my favorite things to do in Dota is the Aghanim's fucking Huskar with the Veil. Oh my god, an E-Blade. And this is
Veil, interesting, huh?
It's one-shot people, basically. Now you can one-shot them harder.
Yeah, definitely scales much better now.
Yeah.
Hero we never see either. Ever since the introduction of Silver Edge.
And also the way they kind of fucked them real hard when they changed the magic resistance. They like halved it, I believe, from the passive. They did nerf them real hard in that aspect too. Ayo.
Yes, take this one.
Replaced respawn talent. Tether stuns. Oh boy. Level 25 talent though. But that Ayo was like, it's kind of first pick material now, but back when the tether stunned, it was ridiculous. People would like sell their mother to be able to pick the hero in a game, like.
Yep.
And it's level 25 though.
Yeah, you're never gonna get level 25.
Yeah.
But in case you do, the alternative is 150 spirit damage. How long is the stun for? It just stuns instead of slows, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Same as it's like 1 point something, right? What is it?
Let's see. Tether. Why am I having trouble seeing this? Oh, 2.25 seconds.
No.
2.25 second stun. Yeah. Okay.
And it's quite spammable as well. Like tether has a low cooldown. You can spam it.
I mean, the thing they used to abuse was, I can't remember what heroes it were, but probably like PA, Ricky,
heroes that
you tether them.
Chaos Knight is the one, because you go
Chaos
behind
Knight,
them.
right. You blink in essentially, and it guarantees you get the tether on them. So.
And heroes like Tiny as well, blink toss, all that. There was a lot of heroes that could combo very well with it.
All right, Yakiro. Dual breath start radius increased, dual breath end radius increased, and replaced respawn talent at level 25 to be Macropire Pure and Pierce's spell immunity.
All right. In practice, I don't know if it's good, but it's cool.
It is cool, but the other alternative is plus 1.25 second ice path duration, which is ridiculously good.
Oh, that is very cool, though. It's a shame you'll never get it.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless that thing is nerfed to be like half a second or something. I don't know. Keeper of the Light. Respawn talent replaced with plus 300 chakra magic mana.
I think when you give people the mana, they already have enough. Like, it actually gives a lot of mana already. Adding more is whatever, in my opinion.
The alternative is plus 20% XP gain. So 300 chakra magic. What does it give normally?
3.
It doubles it, dude. That's really good.
You think so?
300 to 600, doubling it. Yeah, that's really good. I mean, the XP thing is.
You know what it's really good for, actually? Like heroes like Storm, or like there is a few heroes that it's very good for.
Yeah.
But
I hate XP talents
at
after
level
10.
Yes.
Anything above level 10, it's like, why am I getting it at this point?
I'm almost level 25.
Yeah.
You know, like, but you're really not. But when you're at 15, you're like, oh, I'm nearly there. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's like running a marathon or something. You know, halfway there, someone's like, "Oh, do you want to lift?"
Lol. Kunkka. Ghost ship now always crashes where Kunkka targets. This is huge.
Oh,
it says spawns the appropriate distance. So it still takes the same amount of time to get there. So it'll spawn like further back. But anywhere you click, this is less skill intensive now. It's way easier to play Kunkka. Anywhere you click, the ship will land. That is insane. This is a huge deal. Ags becomes way better as well as a result of this.
Ags becomes so much better. Okay, wait. Ghost ship now crashes where Kunkka, and then appropriate distance behind him to travel the full 200 units. So it's far easier to like X yourself, blink into their base, and then ship the team out. Like far easier. Because beforehand you needed to predict where you were going and also predict the distance it would travel. But now you can just like easily X, blink in, and steal their whole team.
It's quite cool.
Alright, that is pretty cool actually.
I want to play him now.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Legion Commander, overwhelming odds mana cost has been increased at basically all the levels except level 1. Dual Scepter now additionally grants spell immunity to your hero dueling during duel. So I actually saw this in a pro game today being used.
What?
This Ags on LC. One time it did not work out very well, but the rest of the times it did. So it actually creates like a BKB particle effect on you. So let me tell you guys what I think about Legion Command. I had this originally very high up on my ranking when I first came out the list, and I got shat on for that, and I put it back down. And then this new list, out of 96, it was 92. So it's garbage tier. But I personally love the item because in some cases, and I wrote this in my notes, it's really good. So what it does is it's a longer duration. It goes from like 5 seconds to 8, I think.
Or 7. I want to say 7.
No, it's 8. It's at least 8.
It? Okay.
Yeah. It's a long time, and LC and the opponent can only take damage from each other. But the issue with that is you just CC LC. But now you're spell immune, which is it's an interesting change.
I think it's a lot of the times in games, right? You'd have the situation where you have someone you need to kill that's a support hero, but it's too difficult to do it, right? It's too difficult because they have so much CC, they have so much control, or even like they have so much physical damage. But in this case, you can just duel like CM, and no one can do a goddamn thing about it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's very strong, in fact.
Yeah, I don't know if it's very strong. I mean, I think in theory the original Ags was very strong, right? But kind of the issue is, well,
you
one
could
is
have double
people are
BKB,
ignorant.
Shannon. Double BKB.
That's true. That's true. I actually hate buying BKB on Legion.
Oh
so
yeah, me too.
Kind of makes up for it.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, okay, we're gonna look so much better now.
I mean, it's obviously an improvement, so we'll see.
No, but imagine dueling the CM or the support hero with the BKB during duel, and then after that, BKBing.
Like you don't need to waste BKB. That's true for people that buy that on the hero. Okay. Also, the respawn talent has been replaced at level 20 to be 10% moment proc chance. The alternative is 7 armor. It was only a 20-second respawn talent, by the way. I remember this one because I played a lot.
It was weird, right?
I think it was really bad.
What's the highest duel damage you've ever got?
Over 1,000, actually.
Yeah, I got to 1,500, I think.
Oh,
1,800.
That's more than me, I think. Yeah.
Something like that.
So
it's
Moment
so much
of Courage has a 25% chance to proc, and then with this, it's 35%. That's really good. It's that or the armor. So I think that's really good. All right.
What is it? It's very good, yeah.
Leshrac reworked His Scepter.
Oh.
So while Pulse Nova is active, every 1.75 seconds, Lightning Storm will hit one random unit within 750 AoE. Prioritizes hero.
Holy shit. All right, I think this is very strong. First of all, the Pulse, the lightning stuff was garbage late game because it's such a long cast animation that you just never use it later in the game. So it gives the spell a use past minute 7, which is pretty cool. And also it's kind of like a Razor, I guess, right? It's kind of like the Razor Axe, where your ulti just prioritizes heroes and just zaps the closest, like the one near you.
How often does it happen? Every 1.75. So
Yeah.
level 25 talent that would synergize with this is the plus 3 second Lightning Storm slow duration, which is in theory insane, but most people go for Diabolic Edict at that.
But now
it's really high. But yeah, now, I mean, here's the thing: you don't get the old Leshrac Ags. In this case,
yeah, I
right?
keep forgetting this. I actually keep forgetting this.
Leshrac on the old list was 59th, so somewhere in the not in the middle, but a little bit lower than the middle. It increased the damage of his ultimate, which I think if you did the math, it was a level. So if you look at the increments, level 1, level 2, level 3, it would be a level 5 ultimate. So damage-wise, it was quite good. You don't get that anymore. You get the Lightning Storm. Unless I'm misreading it. Like, maybe it does add it, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either, unfortunately. I'm not. Like, it's only one unit as well. 1.57. Nah. It's cool. It is cool, though. Like, the thing I'm thinking about is the level 25 talent and me running down a hero and just constantly zapping him, and he's really slow and can't do anything. Like,
Does he have a move speed talent?
I'm not sure.
15 move speed at level 10. Nothing huge. But is he a fast hero? I can't remember. I haven't played him so long.
He's not the fastest.
325. That's pretty fast.
Is it? Yeah, okay. That's actually really high. I didn't expect it to be that high.
And you get boost of travel as a core usually, so...
Yeah?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not super impressed, especially if it doesn't get rid of the... or if it gets rid of the old Ags. Lich, Chain Frost slow increased by 15%. This was buffed last patch too, I think.
Wait, just go back. Do you think the lightning jumps? The lightning storm jumps, or does it just hit the one target?
Oh, that's true. It doesn't
if
say...
it jumps, it's very good.
I don't think it jumps, because then it would say it casts Lightning Storm, right?
Yeah,
wouldn't it say
it just says hit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's...
So Chain Frost is better. Slowly but surely, Lich is becoming a CC machine, apparently.
The second time they buffed the slow of Chain Frost. I believe they buffed it.
I think it was literally last patch.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Lena replaced Respawn Talent level 15, which was the big one that we thought of, to become 40 move speed.
No. What are they doing?
She's already so fast.
Lena is so fast. When you get the passive stacks up, I don't know about this now. 40 movement speed is also quite a lot.
You have to choose between that and 50 damage.
Okay, you probably get the damage.
Well, but you might only get it because you're kind of maxed out already on speed a lot of the times, right? Or close to it.
But you need to have your stacks up, right? If you don't have your stacks up,
I mean, like later in the game when you have a bunch of items, you can just constantly spam. But
that's true. It is a lot of speed. Just say on a fast hero.
I mean, it's a lot of speed for level 15.
Yeah.
I think Windrunner might have something similar, if I'm not mistaken.
The exact same thing.
Yeah, maybe.
40.
Lion replaced Respawn Talent level 10 for 75 cast range. Huh.
Oh, cast range is very nice online. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's not a lot, though. What does
CM have? The
have?
is 60 damage at level 10.
Oh.
Does CM have a cast range?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, 15, though. I think hers is a lot higher.
15, 125, yeah. I mean, it's basically based on the level, so that's still pretty good.
I still think the damage is very good. It lets you farm faster. 60 damage at level 10 is quite a lot, and you have a lot of crowd control, so you're able to actually right-click people, like at least 3 or 4 times during your control. So,
but you get a burrow strike with Impale now. 75 cast range. Huh? It's okay.
It's okay.
Decent. Lone Druid. Rabid attack speed increased by 10 at all levels. Rabid duration rescaled to be 25, which is about middle of the pack between close to a level 3 from before. The Rabid cooldown reduced by 10. So there's a 10-second downtime as opposed to a 15-second downtime. So this is a buff, I think, overall. Yep. Replace respawn talent, which is another huge one at level 20 with 50% Spirit Bear magic resist. Dude, they are buffing the bear so much. I think he's coming back big.
Well, what is the other 20 talent though?
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. Let's see.
But I think they were like, okay, we made a horrible mistake when he was doing the Dragonlance thing. Oh god, with the that was ridiculous.
All right, what level is this? 20?
20, yeah.
Oh yeah, you choose between the armor and magic resist for the bear.
Okay, so it's similar to the Warlock choice. You know, the level 25 Warlock choice is magic resistance or armor. Okay.
Still, 50% is a lot. That is quite good.
No, I think armor is always
well, I'm not saying armor is bad, but I'm saying that's a lot of magic.
50% is, and he also has a base magic resistance. It's quite high, right? It's like I think 30%. It was like
25%, wasn't it?
It is high, I know.
I don't know. This thing's way too long.
But it's always, in my opinion, the thing that kills your bear is going to be physical damage. Like, that's every time. Like,
wait, is that? Oh, magic resistant bonus is 33%. Yeah, you're basically right. Okay.
So, but yeah, what is that? 80 total. But I still think you get the armor every single time. He's going to be basically immune to magic, though.
I mean, level 15 and beyond with these talents. Okay, Spirit Bear gets 50 damage. Next level is level 20. You choose between a ton of armor or a ton of magic resist. Level 25, you get either more entangling claws duration or the Savage Roar cooldown reduction. The bear is insanely good.
Yeah, it is. Especially with the changes to towers and stuff like that. You want heroes that can solo push towers instead of the tower gaining like armor when people are beside it. So I think Lone Druid's
it's pretty obvious they want both strats to be viable and as even as possible, as opposed to as lopsided as it was. That would be really cool because you pick Lone Druid and then the enemy team doesn't know if you're going for bear or not, right?
They're like, oh, they're doing the bear strat, they're doing the range strat, right. And then it adds this kind of element to the game. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, me too.
Luna Lucent Beam cast animation reduced, so it's gonna be faster. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. It's quite a long cast animation. Okay, 6.6 seconds feels sluggish and slow, so that's good.
Lycan respawn talent has been changed at level 15 to be plus 12 feral HP regen.
What's the other one? Because I really don't like HP regen talents.
The other one is 12 strength.
You already have Vlad's at this stage, or Mask of Madness, or whatever item you've chosen.
Don't the wolves get, when they say feral HP regen?
Yeah, the wolves get it. Yeah,
that's wolves, right?
But you get it
Why
too.
do they call it feral? Why don't they call them wolves?
Isn't that the name of the spell? Feral in something. The Lycan's thread spell. Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the health regen is 10, and it becomes 22.
Yeah. So you have 22 HP regen.
I mean, that's pretty good, dude.
Strength though. They buff the HP regen you get from strength by 0.3. I don't know. I still think the strength is better.
No, we'll see. I like both. It's a hard decision.
Both are good.
Okay, these are some of the cool changes. Movement speed reduced by 5. Reworked Magnus's Scepter. So I assume all that empowering stuff is gone. Shockwave comes back, hitting units a second time and applying a 60% slow for 2 seconds. Distance and travel speed are increased by 50%. Return wave deals half damage to creeps. We'll get back to that in a second. Reverse polarity no longer adds extra seconds to creeps. I don't even remember it doing that. Replaced respawn talent at level 25 to be plus 500 skewer range. And level 25 talent is instead of -4 second shockwave is 15 armor.
All right.
Okay, let's dissect this.
First of all, 500 skewer range is hilarious. It's like a ranged attack, basically, from a kind of low ranged hero, and you can the skewer range is already 1,200.
1172.
Yeah.
Plus
so
500. 1700 essentially.
It's essentially a fisher, an entire fisher away. Oh my god.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Like
okay, so
but Batrider can't move people that far. If he has blink force, like fast movement speed, he cannot like transport people that far.
Right.
So it's ridiculous actually.
All right, so for the level 25, the 500 skewer, the alternative is okay, they messed this up.
His armor, right?
Oh, the 4-second shock. Okay, they didn't update all the way then.
It's 15 armor.
Okay, gotcha. So as far as the Ags, if you guys are curious, Magnus was not high up on my list. He was 86th out of 96, and before it gave an aura, 900 AoE aura of Empower, and it worked for 50% of the value. It's like a splash damage for
it's
a
weird
heroes.
Yeah, it's really small.
It was really weird. But now, Shockwave comes back, so hits twice. 60% slow for 2 seconds.
I don't know about this.
I think it's maybe good.
Okay, so
level 10 talent, 15% spell amp.
That is the cool part, right? That is definitely the cool part. But okay, when do you get it? When do you get an Ags?
That's the thing. I think as far as him getting Ags, it's not that bad of an item itself. Like, forget about what it does. You get Blink.
Yeah.
That's the only item you absolutely need.
Okay.
Like,
I think you need Blink.
Ags.
I think you need Blink utility item, either Shadow Blade or Force as well. You need 2 utility items.
Okay.
You need a BKB and a Refresh Robe. Right. You play Magnus, you get a Refresh Robe. It's too good not to get it.
Before Ags, you think?
Yeah. Like, it doesn't...
Ags helps you farm.
Okay. But you don't need help farming on Magnus.
It helps you set up skewers with Blink. It slows them 60% for 2 seconds.
I can see that actually. That's one way it's very good. But I still think locking heroes down through BKB is too good. It is too, like, as in you prioritize the refresher over the X.
This is a very interesting one. I'm not sure.
It isn't. This is like, in reading it is one thing, but in practice it could be either amazing or complete garbage.
For sure. Medusa, Aghanim Scepter is introduced. Causes Mystic Snake to turn enemies into stone for 1 second and increases by 0.2 seconds per bounce. Does that sound familiar to you? Remember that game mode what was it called? Luna.
Yeah, the lunar eclipse thing where you killed the invoker.
Right.
That one, right?
Medusa had that skill essentially. It lasted longer, obviously.
1 second. All right.
Increases by 2.2 per bounce though. So
5 bounces, right?
Is it 5 bounces?
I think it's 5. Let me check.
6 bounces.
Okay.
So maximum is 1.2 seconds, if my math is right, plus the 1 second, so 2.2 seconds. So they'll be stunned for 2.2 seconds if best case scenario.
more physical damage.
More physical damage.
Huh.
It's interesting. Would you buy an Ags on Medusa?
No.
I think the item itself is good for her. She wants stats.
She's all about stats, sure, but she also needs actual damage. Like, you can buy all the stats in the world, but you still don't. You're unkillable, but you're not a damage dealer. You know what I mean? You need some damage items.
Can this replace something else?
Okay, what does she usually have? She has
Lincolns?
like usually like a Lincoln's, a butterfly of sometimes. Some people buy Manta Star for some reason. I'll never know. What else do you have?
Scotty.
These are pretty good items.
Damage item.
Yeah, then like MKB or
Mjolnir maybe.
Mjolnir could be. Yeah.
But yeah,
So...
yeah, no, that's true. It would be hard to.
Okay, you could
that
argue
in.
that you could replace Skadi, right? Because it gives a similar thing. It gives you control, which Skadi gives you. It gives you stats, which Skadi gives you. So, of all of them, I think Skadi is the one you could replace.
Yeah, maybe. The cool thing about, like, a lot of times you build Ags on a hero, one of the components will be wasted. That's not the case for Medusa. Int, anything that gives you mana is basically HP. HP is HP, and then the agility, and then point booster is great.
A good point. She does love her stats.
Mirana base damage increased by 3. Starstorm's second impact delay reduced to be a little bit faster from 1 to 0.8. This one's weird. Leap speed bonus reduced by 5 seconds. That's a big nerf to the speed portion. But the attack speed bonus from Leap, which a lot of people didn't even realize that was a thing, has been doubled at all levels. So at level 4, 32 becomes 64 now.
Oh, okay. I think the Leap speed is pretty good because chasing Mirana, you know, when she has max level Leap is impossible. She is so mobile. The Starstorm, it allows you to do more damage before they can BKB or Shadowblade or whatever, so you have like a higher burst damage. I don't know. I still think Mirana is complete shit. You know,
maybe,
so
maybe
you could do the attack speed build. Maybe you ignore the Ags now, and you go for a right-click damage using the 64 attack speed bonus from the Leap. Hey, it could work.
Hold on. I made fun of this talent when she first came out.
Oh, the level 25 one?
Yeah. So the 3 arrow one's amazing. I thought it was garbage when it first came out, I won't lie. The other alternative is plus 100 leap attack speed. So now, instead of making it a total of 132, it becomes 164. I'm not sure how much of a difference that makes, but something.
Not much.
The 100 leap attack speed talent is also...
It's very, very, very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, Monkey, this is some big-ass nerfs. Big ass nerfs. Wukong's command, aka his ultimate, no longer provides any bonus damage. Wukong's command provides you with armor instead. Okay, 20 bonus armor is quite big. Wukong's command army no longer copies Basher or Abyssal, which is by far the biggest nerf. Wukong's command attack rate improves, so all of them will have normal attack rates.
Throw it in the bin. Don't even read anymore. Next hero.
Fixed Monkey King, some random bug, and then some random bug. He is
first of all, okay,
dumpster.
This hero couldn't be played as a core. You could farm in the safe lane, you could kill 40 people, but by the time the mid game came around, you don't do anything, right? It just never worked as a core. It could only be played as a support. So as a support, you never have any damage items. To remove the bonus damage initially is huge. Right? It's so much damage removed from the ulti. Then to remove the Basher Abyssal thing, the first item, like what other support hero goes first item Basher?
Yeah.
Like that was the reason people picked the hero, and now, alright, you can increases attack rate, whatever. Who gives a shit? You've killed them.
Are we sad about that though? I don't know.
Yeah, I think the concept of Monkey King is cool. I like the idea. You know, you jump around the trees. You're this annoying, like trickster.
Now, if you're about to die, you pop your ult so that you survive because you get 20 armor.
20 armor.
I don't know. This is pretty dumpster. He's not doing any damage. I feel like maybe
the only way is core, right? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to just make him a core.
Yeah, perhaps.
Like you get the bonus armor because you're important. That's the way I see this kind of thing, right? If you have bonus armor, it means you're meant to be more important than your ulti.
True. That's a good point. Going down to Morphling, Adaptive Strike mana rescaled to be 80 at all levels, so that's equivalent to the old level 3. Naga Siren, Song of the Siren cast time increased, so it's harder. It takes a full second to cast as opposed to 0.8.
It's very, very big actually. Before you move on, that is huge. Like it's any sort of control ability, like even Cold Snap, you won't be able to ulti on Naga Siren. Like that's a very huge nerf. You remember when Brewmaster, a similar thing happened. Brewmaster's ulti was increased by 0.4, I believe, or 0.3. The amount of time it took to cast, and completely nerfed the hero.
Yeah, dumpstered them for a while.
Yeah.
Song of Siren cooldown rescaled, so it is shorter at the earlier level, or level 1, essentially. Same at level 2, 80 seconds at level 3. So you're still going to get Octarine in this case. So that's kind of making up for that.
Yeah.
Octarine has become 100% standard on this hero, right? And when it became 40-second cooldown, that's way too low. So it counteracts that a bit. I'm guessing that's what their thought process was.
The cooldown is pretty big as well. I think they're trying to force the option again, like we talked about earlier, like of either carry or support Naga, because they decreased the earlier cooldown and they also increased the range, which makes me think 100% support Naga. Like,
well, the range is rescaled to only be larger at level 3.
Yeah, but I still think it's important for like the later on stages of the game to have more.
I mean, 1400 is ginormous.
Yeah, it really is.
Mirror image illusion damage rescaled to be, well, it's increased by 100 at level 4.
Massive.
So
massive nerf
yet again to illusions. Riptide damage increased slightly. 20 at all levels actually.
Yeah.
Ensnare cast point reduced, so slightly easier to cast, and the mana cost is a static 100, which is equivalent to the old level 2. Okay.
Yeah. This with the other changes, another big change to Naga was actually the I think it was the second change we looked at, the doubling the 2 times illusion, or 2 times the level of the hero is the amount of gold you get from the illusion. So you get 50 gold for a level 25 illusion, which is pretty big, right?
Yeah, that's not
so. Naga Siren is a hero that levels up pretty quickly, and also her illusions are easier to kill now. So I don't know, pretty tough. The Radiance nerf as well. They nerfed the Radiance damage. They nerfed Naga in a lot of ways actually.
Nature's Prophet. Respawn talent level 25 has been removed, and now teleportation has no cooldown.
That's just a meme. I don't know what the hell this is.
I don't know if it's a meme, man.
Okay, right.
The alternative is 2 times tree and HP and damage.
Okay, that is actually kind of cool as far as talents go. I like the idea of it. But all right, you can TP bottom lane, instantly TP top lane, instantly TP bottom lane. You can actually be a pest. I don't know.
So imagine this. Imagine this. Kind of what you're saying, but you TP to whatever lane, top. You push out the one wave that's there. You don't need to continue because it's on cooldown. You don't even need to have a teleportation scroll anymore. You don't even need to have boots, technically speaking. Boots of travel or anything.
Yeah.
You clear out that one wave, you immediately go to the other lane. Clear out that one wave. Less time for the opposing team to actually catch you.
To react.
Like a tinker, right?
The argument is, though, the cooldown is only 20 seconds. Like, it's not... Like, 20 seconds... Right, what you're saying is, you TP the lane, you summon your treants, you start attacking the creeps. That's already, like, 10, 15 seconds. You know, like...
Well, at that late stage of the game, it's not going to be 10, 15 seconds, but I get your point. Do you really want... Like, it'll be, let's say, 10 seconds left on the cooldown.
Yeah.
Do you really want that or 2 times? Yeah, that's kind of true, actually. Plus, you still kind of need boots.
Yeah,
they
definitely
need to be boots to travel, but it makes it easier.
You need to be able to move.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, maybe that does suck. Maybe I was looking too into that. All right. Necrophos Ghost Shroud amplification increased by 25%.
Pretty fucking
this
huge.
Hero's good, man.
This Necro is a very good hero. And it's one of my favorite heroes in the game. Like, the strength of this is ridiculous. Actually, you kill someone and you use this, you're gonna be, no matter, like, unkillable. It's actually going to be, even if you get magic bursted, it doesn't make a difference because of the amount of heal you're gonna get. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I love the hero.
Me too.
Night Stalker. Okay, this one's hilarious. Hunter in the Night, which is his passive, can now be activated during the night to grant him flying movement for 2 seconds.
Oh my god, that is
vision.
So much fun. All right, the amount of scenarios you can think of. You know, oh, you want to gank the mid lane? No problem. We just fly over the fucking trees. You know, like, oh my god, you want to juke? No problem. You know, you can jump over shit. it's like it should actually be a jump. That would be pretty cool, but it is so good.
So what kind of separate this the closest comparison I can come up with is Spirit Breaker when they changed his charge to be able to go through terrain and not knock down like trees and all that crap. Or before actually it wouldn't go through terrain. It would he'd go in like zigzagged in order to go the right pathing. It was really annoying. So once they changed it, what's that?
Does it give you the vision? I don't think it does.
What?
No, the night vision.
It gives you 1200 vision.
Oh shit! I didn't read that bit. Okay, but not flying vision is what I'm saying.
No, not flying vision. So when you get Ags, it's going to be insane. But essentially, this makes him way better at ganking. The point I was trying to make was Spirit Breaker. He was good at ganking before, and then they changed it so he would just go straight through terrain. Became way better at than Night Stalker at ganking. It's not the only reason Night Stalker fell off. But this makes him way more viable as like that 4-position roamer, which sounds scary.
This is kind of like Winter Wyvern as well, right?
Yeah.
You can maneuver over kind of terrain, but you have a silence and you have a stun, like a mini stun maybe, but it's a stun. So, all right, let's go Night Stalker. Indeed.
Hope we see more of them. Oracle, Fortune End is now a root rather than a slow that sets the target to 0 movement speed.
Wait, does that stun? Does that stop TPs?
Roots
do
not.
They do. Do they? If I'm playing CM, I can stop a TP.
Oh no, Frostbite is different. Frostbite has like a mini stun. It's like an exception.
You sure?
No, I'm not sure. Root was changed so many times. I know that one stops TPs. I know Ensnare stop TPs. Obviously, Overgrowth stop TPs. But like, think of Atos. I'm pretty sure that does not stop TPs.
It does.
All right, I have to look this up. I'm gonna look like an idiot.
I'm pretty sure Root does stop TPs.
All right, let's see. Rod of Atos. Does not interrupt target's channeling spells.
Really?
Get wrecked, bro. So that's why roots are so much more complicated when they changed it.
What the fuck?
Half of them do certain stuff, half of them don't. Atos does not stop TPs.
What the shit? Really?
You've been buying Atos all this time, bro.
I actually don't buy the item at all. Well, as you can probably tell.
But anyway, we can move on. So, Fortune's End projectile speed has been decreased slightly. Purifying Flames cast range increased by 50. So the big one here now is the respawn talent level 10 is a 0.75 second Fortune's End max duration. So looking at his talent list, level 10, it's 20% XP gain is the alternative.
Which one's Fortune's End? It's
that is his first spell.
Disarm.
So
oh, is it? Okay.
That's why we were just talking about.
The Q, yeah, okay.
And
so I don't know what that means.
0.75 duration. That does not sound like very long, but
just for the root, okay.
It goes from 2.5 to 3.25 seconds. Actually, that's pretty long.
Can you explain to me why they do this? Why they bothered to change it to a root rather than a slow? So it can stop like Ember Spirit, that kind of stuff. I guess that's the main reason, right? For Storm Spirit, Leap, them kind of mobility spells, right?
Yeah, anything that increase movement speed, it won't work anymore. Surge.
Okay.
I don't know. Like an ult, maybe. I feel like that would have stopped.
But it's still the spells. So Surge.
Yeah.
Is still good, right? But
well, I mean Surge afterwards, but
yeah.
Okay, OD. Okay, this one's interesting. So I don't even need to look. OD had the worst Ags in the game because they'd never changed it. So for those of you who don't know,
laziness.
It is laziness. Astral Imprisonment used to be the one thing that stole intelligence from heroes. So what the Ags does is you cast your ult, Sanity's Eclipse, and then everybody caught in that ult will be astraled. So you steal all that intelligence. But the problem is they changed the int steal to be his Q. So they kept the Ags the same, The damage actually does nothing. Like, it doesn't stack or anything. It was just complete garbage. Just
it was
absolute
the worst
garbage.
shit I've ever seen. It actually, I was playing with a Rubik against an OD. My Rubik had Ags. He used OD's ulti, and it actually nearly lost us the entire game.
Yeah, it can,
because they beat after the OD ulti.
Yeah, it's just absolute garbage. So now, instead of that, it grants 2 charges to Astral Imprisonment and increases cast range by 300. Damage area stack, replenish time 12. So what that means by its stacks, I assume, means if you have 2 Astrals here, they come out of Astral, they both take the damage from each other. So how much does Astral do? Is it 300?
300 or something like that, yeah. But really?
Double check. I mean, what else would that mean? Damage area stack, absolutely.
Yeah, that means that, right? But I don't think it's very good at all.
No, it's garbage.
It's really bad. He's still 0, actually. He's still bottom of the fucking
325 damage. So they'll take 650 damage.
Yeah, but like Ags on OD. I don't know.
I mean, keep in mind, you can use this on teammates still. That's 2 extra Astrals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
you know
pretty sure it's
here?
not the worst Ags anymore.
I see someone involved saying, "Okay, we haven't touched this fucking Ags in about a year and a half or 2 years since the thing has been changed. Someone needs to do something." Frank, you deal with it. I don't really care. Frank doesn't know anything about Dota, and he's like, "All right, we'll just put in some numbers."
He works on Counter-Strike.
Yeah, we'll just hope for the best. Because none of this has any synergy or I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it is kind of odd. I'd rather him just not have an Axe. Well, I don't know. I can see some definite utility with this, just because Astral is a useful spell in general, and you get 2 of them.
Okay, but what you want though? Like, OD is already a hero that struggles. He needs BKB. He needs.
All right, but here's the
and Poke.
You're talking. Okay, before it had that issue. You don't want to buy Ags because it's not the greatest item specifically for him. Plus, the effect is garbage. I wouldn't say this effect is garbage anymore. It definitely has uses. I wouldn't say it's good necessarily, but it's not garbage. But it's still kind of hard to fit this item into his build, maybe.
It's like a support item. If there was like an OD 4 position, I don't know, maybe it can work. Probably not, but you know, whatever.
Or an Alchemist game.
Yeah, or an Alchemist game. Alchemist games, I take all these Ags pretty much.
Well, like, not before. Before you didn't want OD Ags, even if you had. It's like, no, just give it to yourself first. OD actually had a worse Ags than Alchemist on himself.
Get away from me.
Phantom Lancer. Fixed doppelganger illusions lasting 1 second less than intended. Phantom Rush agility bonus is now granted before the first hit lands rather than after. What does that mean?
Basically, the Phantom Rush gives like 26 agility or some fixed amount of agility. And when you're running up to him, it would add the agility after you attacked rather than before you attacked, if that makes sense. So you actually get bonus damage rather than beforehand. You didn't get the bonus damage, you got the damage afterwards.
Huh. Okay, and juxtapose max illusions increased by 1.
Huh.
That may seem small. That's actually a pretty big buff.
Is it?
I think. I mean, it's not huge, but it's not as small as it looks.
Well, what I see is with these new changes to the illusion, gold, and experience, someone just, like Zeus, just pressing Q and becoming a billionaire.
Well, PL, they changed that as well. That they get less gold for killing his illusions as opposed to other people. Yeah.
So did they change that too?
His are like 5 gold or something each.
Okay.
Because they're so easily
killed. Yeah, true.
Phoenix Fire Spirit duration increased by 4, and then level 10, his respawn town has been changed to be 20 XP gain.
The Fire Spirits by 4 is very good. If you're laning, just more time to cast them. You don't have to rush with them, because usually what happens is I use Fire Spirits. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm gonna wait till it go for the last hit, and then the duration starts ticking down, and it's kind of awkward. You don't get the full duration. I think it's good. Also, Fire Spirits are. Have you seen that level 15 talent? You seen that thing?
On the plus 65 DPS.
He can like 2-shot supports. Yeah. ridiculous. So.
It's actually pretty deceiving because it casts on you. You don't actually realize what's happening. And
you're just melting.
It's
you're
really
like,
good.
Yeah, very, very.
So the
very
alternative to level 10 is 175 HP. So just to give you an idea, XP gain is really good.
Phoenix really needs levels, right?
Yeah.
Out of all heroes.
Because he gets Midas a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
So that'll help.
Well, the level 1 egg is really shit tier. So,
Garbo.
Yeah, and that level 15 talent plus the level 2 egg. It's worth it. The experience game is huge.
All right. Pudge replaced his respawn talent level 20 for a 1 second extra dismember duration.
That's massive.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So the alternative is 150 gold a minute.
Yeah, I'm a greedy guy, so you know, that's a radiance, potential radiance to 150 gold.
I think you take the dismember every time.
You probably
almost
should.
Every time. That's really good.
What is the initial duration? 4 seconds or 5 seconds?
Should be 3 point something. 3
I know
seconds.
in creeps it's like what's it 5
Yeah,
7
creeps
seconds?
is 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Heroes it's 3. So here's the thing. So normally if you're looking at this from another hero's perspective, a channeling spell increased by 1 second, you're like, it's actually pretty difficult to channel for that long, right? Pudge is not the case because the whole point of it is to pull somebody out of position. You're all alone with this guy. That 1 second is huge. I think it's great.
Also, he does a lot of damage resulting, like with all the other talent, like the level 25 one, the flesh heap stack. You have a lot of flesh heap bonus strength. You on your ulti, you don't need ags for it anymore, so you do a lot of fucking
I want them to
damage.
replace the rot damage level 25. I feel like that could be something better. Because at that stage of the game, well, first of all,
what about hook range?
Oh, yeah, give him a Aether Lens plus the range of the talent.
Yeah,
it's like global hooks it back.
Yeah, that.
I like.
Oh, who was it? What was it? How crying at his computer. No.
It's too soon, bro. It's too soon. Pugna. We have Life Drain now grants true sight vision over the target. That's
very cool.
Very nice. Because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, if you cast it on here and they go into fog, you don't continue.
It stops
draining, right?
Yeah. It's like mana drain on Lion. Same story.
So here's a huge, I consider a big nerf. The cast range has been reduced to 800, which is less than the level 1. And it has obviously the 100 range break buffer. Didn't it have that before?
What?
So it breaks at 900. I feel like that was a thing before.
Oh, this is pretty bad actually. Now, okay, on the other side, Pugna is one of the fastest heroes in the game. He is a fucking rocket ship little goblin dude.
Right.
So it is easy to kind of get up close with the crep, but I still think the range is really small.
You mean the life drain?
Yeah, the range is really small, right?
Yeah. When I looked at this, I thought it was a nerf.
It's the true sight, massive buff. And then I saw this thing and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. I like watching Pugna, but this feels like a nerf. I feel like we're wrong, though. I feel like this is a buff somehow.
No, the true sight is definitely a massive buff.
Massive?
Yeah, yeah, it's huge.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not a big buff, but I feel like having less range than level 1 is pretty big. 1200 range was huge. But
we'll have to see, I think.
Yeah, we will have to see. So respawn talent for level 15 has been replaced by 1 second decrepify duration. I don't even know if I like that. The alternative is Nether Blast cooldown. I definitely don't like that one. The Nether Blast cooldown is amazing.
All right, the Nether Blast cooldown is like necessary, right?
Yeah, I mean the problem with decrepify is that means it's better to use on enemies. It's probably worse to use on allies, though, in a lot of cases.
The only reason you use it on allies is for that one auto attack, or a few auto attacks, exactly. And then you need to get it off them. Like, it's risky. I don't know. Yeah,
right.
I think you'd get the other one at level 15. It's still a cool option,
Yeah, it is. Queen of Pain, level 25. So they've been changing this thing. They've been scrapping the book.
Yeah, they need to just give up.
Reset. It's like a freaking old Super Nintendo. Just hit the reset button. Now, instead of no Shadow Strike cooldown, which was horrible, It's a 550 AoE Shadow Strike, which, all right, I'm going to say, so far, this has been the best alternative so far. But
it's still
Spell Life still is insanely good.
I don't know what they're doing here. They need to just give up on this Shadow Strike thing.
Just get rid of that skill completely, please.
Someone really likes it. They're just like, oh, I really want to buff Shadow Strike. How do I do it? I don't know. You know, in Han, Queen of Pain, when she ultied, gave Shadow Strike to everyone in the ulti. That's what they're trying to do here, right? This is like a similar kind of thing.
I mean,
they should just
why don't they just do that? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I agree. Yeah. But I think you still take 70% spell life steal. 70% spell life steal is so good.
But the guy that's like trying to buff Shadow Strike can just do that with the Ags or something.
Guy, Valve, if you're watching, we already know that you take things from other games. That's fine. I've been asking for stuff for Han for years now.
Yeah, don't be ashamed.
Yeah, don't be ashamed. You can also change Queen of Pain's name to Wretched Hag. So I think that's quite fitting.
And Razor, no turn animations.
That can be the new cosmetic. That's the Arcana. Turn into Wretched Hag.
That hero looked pretty cool, actually. I think so. With the what was it like cool. the bats or something like flying around her? I like.
Yeah, but it was just like this. It was really a wretched hag. She was in a cloak. She's like all decrepit. But Queen of Pain is like this hot succubus. You know. It's funny because there was a hero in Han called Succubus, but that's another story. That was Bane Elemental.
That was Bane. Yeah.
They flip-flopped the lores here a bit. Razor, Eye of the Storm prioritizes static-linked heroes. That's cool. And it no longer has a cast point. Wow. I didn't read this earlier. That's...
Yeah. Razor's good.
Hold on. I'm going to check what the cast point was before.
Well, any cast point is when it stops you linking, right? That was the problem. Like, you static link someone, you have to stop to cast your ulti, and therefore lose
0.3 seconds.
It's pretty big.
Okay, 0.3 may not seem like that much, but if you guys have ever, not to bring up Han again, but if you ever played Han, most of this, like a lot of stuff was pretty much instant, and as a result, the game changed so much compared to Dota.
Like, if you compare, say, Leshrac stun to, I don't know.
Torturer.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, like, Venge or something, you know, like a faster thing. You know, like, the cast point is huge.
Absolutely. That's pretty cool.
The Razor is really good. The static link
I like it.
Priority thing is very, very good. In team fights, you can completely isolate their carry. You can reduce their armor and their damage.
Being able to work around Eye of the Storm is pretty big in general because it's random. But in this case, it's not random. So you can actually take advantage. That's nice.
It all like the damage. What is it? It does damage, sure, but it also stacks armor reduction.
It's more about the armor reduction.
Yeah, which is a big point. You're gaining damage, they're losing armor. You know, it's huge.
Base movement speed reduced by 5 for Ricky. On.
He was already so slow.
It's okay. He's really good.
I like Ricky.
By the way, just throwing it out there, even though I haven't come out with my Ags list yet, but very underrated Ags, Ricky. It is really good.
10 seconds?
I need to test it more. 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And you can go inside somebody. You know that Ricky loves to be inside people. Sand King Caustic Finale is no longer a unique attack modifier. Which, does that really matter? I don't think so. What would you buy?
They're just like, they're done with.
Yeah, they're just done.
Modifiers. Yeah.
Sandstorm, Invisibility, Linger, Duration. They spelled invisibility horribly wrong, by the way. I was wondering I couldn't read that.
Yeah. It's Bruno's first
Okay.
language is in English. It's fine.
It's worse at the earlier levels and the same, so it's a nerf. The DPS
is increased.
Is better at the earlier levels.
This is pretty big. The invisibility linger thing is the main reason the spell's used. Like in pro games anyway. Like you never really sit there in Sandstorm. You know what I mean? You use it for that linger 1.5 seconds to be able to maneuver or juke or whatever. So it's a pretty big nerf, I think. Very big.
Level 15, respawn talent removed. Now it's minus 50 epicenter attack slow. The alternative is the Sandstorm DPS, which is 50 extra.
Which is real bad. See,
so
attack slow and
attack slow. What does it go from, though? So attack, is it just attack slow it says, or movement slow?
Yeah, it just says attack slow.
Okay, so the attack slow and movement slow are 30%. So the attack slow will become 80%.
Jesus.
That's interesting.
That's really high.
It is.
And isn't there a level 25 talent for increased pulses or something?
Yeah,
I'm thinking
4 extra pulses.
Yeah, so you can slow for 80 attack speed for quite a long time. Yeah, very cool.
But the alternative at level 25 is 50 health regen.
Yeah,
which is
pretty broken.
Good. Yeah, that's a cool one. Shadow Demon. Shadow Poison mana cost reduced by 5. Soul Catcher now spreads its amplification evenly among all enemies in the AoE. That is terrible for him, if I'm reading that correctly. And we'll get to this one in a second. So the way I'm reading this is it a 60% spell amp?
What the fuck is this?
Huh?
Okay. What
Shadow
the
Demon.
fuck is that?
Okay, it's
So-
50% spell amp. So if there's 5 enemies, they each get 10%. Am I reading that right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So is that worth? What is the point of that?
What's the point of that? You can push faster, maybe. Push a wave faster.
Great. Fucking great.
Oh wait. Shadow Demon stacking camps using Shadow Poison gets it up to a certain amount, and then spreads.
No,
Soul
because it'll
Catcher.
give like 2% on each unit. It'll be useless.
Yeah, that's true.
What is the point? Okay,
Maybe it was too good. Maybe I thought it was too good, though.
Oh yeah, Shadow Demon. I've seen that hero loads lately. I don't know.
I mean, they're still scarred from before. I don't know. I'm not.
Oh, but that was because
upset
of the illusions. Let's not hate on Shadow Demon too much. Like, that was mainly the illusions, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're missing something. Level 20 respawn talent has been changed to minus 1.5 second Shadow Poison cooldown. Wow. The alternative, what level is this? 20? Is 10% magic resist.
10% magic resistance?
Yeah.
That's at level 20?
Yeah.
Alright,
So
I don't know what that
2.5 seconds is Shadow Poison cooldown normally. It becomes
So
1
one-
second.
Very cool, actually. It's good for vision, right? Like, game is...
Oh,
I like it.
Do you really need that? I mean, 1 second to get vision? It's... Remember, this is nerfed where it doesn't do damage initially, which is huge. It's biggest nerf probably of all time for that skill.
That is true.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
The other talent's real bad. 10% magic resistance, though.
It is.
It's really bad. It's like a level...
Shadow Friend. The other Shadow Friend. Level 25 talent. 125 Shadow Raise damage is now 150. Okay, no one's going to get that still.
No, let's move on.
Shadow Shaman, on the other hand, who I think is super underrated. Base damage increased again, this time by 6. Mass Serpent Ward's base attack range increased by 50. And +4 wards summoned at level 20.
Alright, Shadow Shaman's base damage in lane is like 75 now? I think it's actually 75. So he's a ranged hero with 75 base damage.
Well, he has like 500 range, though, right? It's super low.
400
400 range, sorry. 400 range.
But 75, right?
That's a lot.
You cannot, if you're an offlaner, you do not trade hits with Shadow Shaman. He will fucking beat you down.
Yeah. He will.
Okay,
the alternative for that talent, by the way, is 3-second shackle duration.
Which is so fucking cool, actually.
It is. I think I'd rather take the wards most of the time, though.
Dude, Octarine Core, 100%
Ags on this
uptime.
hero. Ags on this hero is insane.
Yeah.
People
yeah.
don't. It used to split, like do a splash attack or something and more damage. Now it attacks 2 targets at once, and now you get 4 more wards, which means you can ward trap easier. This is, I think it's like, for if you're gonna go Ags on Shadow Shaman, you definitely get the 4 wards.
Yeah, I agree. With Ags, 100%. If you're going Octarine for the memes, then you definitely get the. You can like lock down someone 100% of the time. 100%. Someone split pushing, you can keep them there. Forever.
Hello, goodbye. We'll be here for a while.
And your team can do whatever they want. Like, the concept of that is just too cool for me. Anyway.
All right, Silencer, rework his Scepter. So let's look at where he is on my list right now. So Silencer, before his ult would apply, would apply Arcane Curse to all enemies.
Great.
I had him as 85th out of 96. It was garbage tier. Now, Glaive's Pierce spell immunity and deal 100% more damage against silenced units. This sounds so cool.
This is broken.
I
believe is the word you're saying.
I mean, this is for a carry silencer.
Or
a farm silencer, I should say.
You can do like a 4, like Glaives do without any farm at all. You know, like 100 bonus damage.
That's true. You gain a lot of damage over time just from being around the kills all game, right?
It does add up pretty quick. I think this is just too much.
Really?
Remember what happened when they made Enchantress Pierce BKB?
Yeah.
And it was pretty popular. Oh, I don't know.
I think it's cool. I mean, it's
very cool.
The old one love garbage, so yeah, I'd like to see it.
One of my favorite heroes.
Skywrath Mage, level 15 talent, changed from 75 damage to 10% spell lifesteal. This is actually quite significant. His ult is just gonna be like him. He's just healing off his ult, and especially to get Ags. Ags is really good on this hero.
Yeah, it is really cool.
The only issue is he has low HP, so how much does spell lifesteal matter?
Well, yeah, it's really high damage though, right?
He does.
Percentage-wise, he's going to heal quite a lot. What do you think of them adding all these spell lifesteal things to the game? Do you like them?
I think it's good. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I don't know.
You can't...
I think like when I think of Skywrath Mage, I think of him not lifestealing. Like he's a wizard that casts spells that do a lot of damage, but he shouldn't be able to heal.
But he's a wizard, Harry.
But he's not a druid.
A druid, you say?
Yes.
He's gonna turn into a wolf and a bear, eating a rhinoceros's anus.
You know what I mean, though, right? Like, I don't know.
No, I don't. I don't care about lore. Is that what you're trying to say?
In my head,
about the lore.
Well, it's not lore. It's just what I think a hero should do.
Okay.
And what I don't know. When I see a hero or I think about it, it's just what I feel it should do.
Yeah, well, maybe when you play it, you'll feel better about it.
Maybe.
Getting that spell lifesteal. Oh, I should look at the alternative just to give you guys an idea. Might as well be thorough here. What level is that? 15. It is 90 gold a minute.
He's
not a good farmer, so both are actually good.
He doesn't farm at all.
Yeah. Spell lifesteal is definitely more flashy. It's tough. Depends on the game. Slark, intelligence gain reduced by 0.2. All right. Scepter, haunt cooldown rescaled to be longer at the earlier stages. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very, very, very important. This like urn Scepter where you basically buy phase boots, magic wand, and an urn, and then you save for radiance using your haunt off cooldown to try and get 1 or 2 kills. Like this is a lot harder to do. 880 seconds is
that's very
pretty significant. Yeah.
Spirit Breaker replaced his talent at level 20 with plus 30% greater bash damage.
Pretty good with the talent as well, right? The level 25 talent. The movement speed on the charge, you will hit really hard. Actually.
Or the other one. There's 2.
Yeah, there is. But
all right, so the alternative for this one at level 20 is 120 gold per minute, and of course he's not a great farmer, so you got to at least consider that. 30% greater bash damage. Does it show how much it actually increases?
Hold on, I need to go to the toilet. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yes, no problem. So, let's see. 30%. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So level 25, you get the choice between 500 Charge of Darkness speed or 17% greater bash chance. And I'm not sure which one you take. They're both really good. So Charge of Darkness, of course, the faster you go, or in general, the faster you go, the more damage you can do anyway. I like it. You back already?
Yeah, I didn't actually go to the toilet.
Great.
I just I wanted
get
to
a
see
bucket.
if there was burgers.
Oh. I need a burger. Let me pretend to go to the toilet, please.
It was one of them
All right.
fake farts. You know when you're not too sure, and you're like,
oh god, oh no.
is this a poo? And then it's alright. It's just a fart.
Sven, God's strength now grants a bonus 40 strength at level 3 when activated, and as a result of that, they're going to counteract it a bit. Attack bonus reduced from 200 to 160 at level 3.
40 strength.
Pretty cool.
Jesus, that is cool.
Is that 800 HP or is that just me?
800 HP. All right, it's a lot of HP.
That is a lot of HP. Holy crap! And Sven can take out ancient camps. Again.
Yeah. I don't know if they know what they're doing here.
I don't understand.
How does that affect his Ags? Fucks it.
His Ags is already second to last on my list.
Now that he's zero.
Now that OD is back up.
Yeah.
Sven is the worst Ags in the game. Pretty sure. Wow.
Holy shit.
Techies replaced respawn talent level 25 with plus 250 attack damage. Seems pretty normal.
250 attack damage?
Yeah, very normal.
Seems like a standard amount of damage to give someone.
The alternative is 20% cooldown reduction, which I think you take every single time if you're serious. If you're slacks and want to go like Mask of Madness or some garbage like that.
I think 250 damage is ludicrous, to be honest.
You would take that if you're actually trying to be legit winning. You would take that over cooldown reduction. Really?
Yeah.
You realize how slow attacking he is.
It's not that slow. Like by that stage, you can buy the Orchid item.
He does have.
He has a really long attack range, the longest in the game base,
yes,
right?
He does.
So, I think this is really, really good.
700 attack range. Actually, Lena might be higher. I can't remember what the change.
Lena is 800.
Yeah. You just get Dragon Lance. You attack 5 times in a row or whatever. God,
I think it's definitely worth considering.
Why is this hero in the game? Templar Assassin, agility gain reduced a bit. Replace respawn talent to -8 meld armor reduction at level 25. Wow. I believe her other one is the
3 refraction charges. It's the most broken one, I think, or one of the best talents in the game, maybe.
Really?
Yep. In my opinion, definitely.
So -8 meld armor reduction. What does meld usually give? It gives 8.
Does it?
So it doubles it. 16 armor reduction. That's like
pretty
a Slardar level 3 ult, basically. Or something around there.
But 9 refraction charges. You have to think about like defensive and offensive. It gives you damage, but it also allows you to blink. You know, you can do cool stuff with that. You don't take any damage at all.
If they counter you hard, though. If they counter you really hard with their picks.
Usually, if you're playing TA against that kind of shit, right, and you have a BKB, the only thing that can stop you blinking is physical damage. They have to attack you 9 times during your BKB to be able to stop you blinking, which is you're immortal.
If you're snowballing really hard, 8 meld. I really want this to work somehow, okay? Terrorblade, Metamorphosis move speed loss increased, so he's going to be a bit slower when he metamorphs.
Okay.
Tidehunter, Gush mana cost rescaled to be lower at the earlier levels. Aghanim's Gush now does a small ground reveal on units that are hit.
Oh.
So is that basically for invis units? Is that what that means?
No, it means if you gush into a bush and there is a hero behind the tree, you can see the hero for a second. If that makes sense.
Oh, it actually reveals the terrain.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It is very cool.
I think it's a kind of an underrated Ags as well. That's nice. Tiny base damage increased by 4. Okay. Grow increases Crag exterior chance by 10% at level 3.
Holy shit.
This is gigantic. This hero
that is huge
already, I feel like.
What
does Crag give? 25?
25, it sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah, 25, so it becomes 35. That's really good.
Yeah, that is a huge buff.
Yeah, I like it.
Like,
I like
when
it.
you play a melee dude, a melee carry against Tiny, you need to buy a BKB. You already did, but now it's even more. The stun is what, like 2 seconds? 1 point something?
2
Yeah,
max
2
level
seconds.
and 70 damage.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like it. Treant Protector Nature's Guise applies a full disarming root rather than a bash on attack. Big nerf. Big nerf. Is this hero OP? Kind of. He's pretty freaking good early game.
Yep, he is very, very good. The same duration.
What's that?
The same duration, I presume. The root and the bash, yeah.
I assume. Respawn talent level 25 has been changed to plus 40 leech seed damage / heal. The alternative is 5 living armor block instances.
The living armor is very, very strong. But this is also very good.
It goes from, is it plus 40? It goes from 60 to 100.
Yeah.
So, did you say 100?
All right, for
4.5 second duration.
Okay, level 25. Pulses. Level 25. You're playing Treant Protector. I don't know if it's how much is it extra? 6 pulses.
Wait, no, it's 6 pulses. Okay, this is what it does.
240 extra.
It does 600 damage over that time and heals for 600 health on a 4.5 second cooldown. That is ridiculously good. That's got to be better than.
So it lasts for 6 seconds and just does 40 extra.
No, it lasts for 4.5 seconds, but in that time, it has 6 pulses.
Okay.
I feel like that is insanely good.
Yeah, but percentage-wise, it's not that huge of an increase, right? It's like a necro heal at level 25 extra. A necro heal is like 180 or something.
It's not. It's like isn't like an 80% increase? That's pretty big. I don't know what the actual percentage is.
Well, you said it was. You said it was 60 to 40.
60 to 100.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, dude. I like it. I'm gonna try it out. Tusk. Improve consistency of Ice Shard when pushing units in and out of shards on impact. That's nice. Yeah.
That was a huge problem with the hero. Sometimes it just didn't work. It didn't do damage sometimes.
Very annoying.
There's a lot of issues with this.
Ice Shards now starts the blockers at the cast location rather than centering the blockers around the cast location. Ice Shard's cast range increased by 200. As a result of the other change, the effective cast range would be 200 less. Okay. Ice Shard speed increased by 100.
Does that mean that when I cast Ice Shards, it starts the wall right where I am? So say I'm Tusk, it casts the Ice Shards like right here. Is that what it's saying? Like, so as in, it's a really long fissure. Starts the blockers at the cast location. That's what it's saying to me. That sounds really strong. If that's it, wait, I can just test that right now.
Yes, you test it.
I need to know. Because that sounds.
I'll start talking about Underlord in the meantime. Underlord atrophy aura reduction rescaled, so it's better at the earlier levels because it was complete garbage before. It's still not that great. It's okay. Atrophy aura now lingers through death.
What?
For how long though? What does that mean? Lingers
yeah, it just lingers for a while. No
info on that. Okay, good. Thank you for the info. Maybe it says on this wiki. Added Underlord Aghanim Scepter. Well, first let me see the
holy shit,
atrophy aura linger. It doesn't say anything, at least not yet. So atrophies, of course, he'd never had an Aghanim's before. Atrophy aura's bonus damage is now granted to nearby allied heroes for half the bonuses. Increases bonus damage duration by 40 seconds. So atrophy aura will increase attack damage per hero. Wait, is that the right thing? No.
All right, so basically the Tusk thing just makes it do like it looks different, the animation basically, but it doesn't actually. Yeah, it doesn't do much. So it's still kind of the same concept, yeah.
Okay. All right, maybe I'm misunderstanding this Ags.
Atrophy aura's bonus damage is now granted to nearby allies for half the bonus. So instead of reducing it by 40%, they get 20% bonus damage. So it's like a Venge aura, a shittier Venge aura.
No, isn't it? Wait a second.
What?
I don't think. No.
Oh no,
That's not
they
how it
get.
works.
They
So
get
if you
the,
kill
oh,
a
they-
hero, if a hero is
get
killed
it.
around you, you
Yeah,
get
my
45
bad.
damage to that one hero. Half of that goes to the teammates around you. So anytime a creep dies, you get, what is it? Whatever, it doesn't matter what the numbers are. Anytime the creep dies or a hero dies, the amount that you get, half of that goes to the allies, I'm pretty sure.
No,
And increases bonus damage duration by 40 seconds. That's way bigger.
yeah,
It's a
so you
minute
can-
long at level 4
Okay, you
right
win
now.
a team fight, you won the game.
Exactly.
Like,
so
yeah,
you've seen those situations. Like you win a team fight, you have like 300 damage, 400 damage all of a sudden.
yeah.
So that lasts for a minute already. Now it lasts for a minute and 40 seconds.
And imagine that with a like agility carrier, somewhat high base attack speed. Yeah, that's really good.
And this is a hero that can buy Ags. He farms really well. He could use the stats. I like
And
this.
he can also use it to push, like using his ulti to like you win a team fight, defend in your base. You TP to a lane, you can push really easily. You bring your whole team. It's
This is
actually really good.
This is
Yeah.
very strong. All right. That's my hero. I'm trying him out. Undying. Replace the talent level 10 with plus 15 health regen.
Okay.
I just want to see what
HP
his
regen.
alternative was.
The experience?
30-second respawn time was what they had before, and 90 gold per minute.
Yeah, I think you need the GPM.
Oh, no, 15. I'm sorry. It's
What?
level 15, right? Yeah.
It's level 10. Level 10.
No, this says... Oh, I keep reading 15. God, I'm so tired. Okay.
15 health regen.
Yeah,
You've
we're
been up
good,
a
we're
long
good.
time, dude.
All right, Ursa.
Base
at,
damage.
my
All
boy?
right.
Base damage reduced by 3. Nothing big. Vengeful Spirit, Wave of Terror cooldown rescaled to be...
Lower at the higher
lower,
levels.
pretty much. I mean, do you max Wave of Terror second or third?
Depends, right? I think if you're carry Venge, you have a lot of stats. You get to the third spell.
Okay. Vengeance Aura reduced very slightly. 2, looks like 2 at all levels. Okay, not huge changes. Venomancer. Respawn talent removed, as we talked about many a time. Level 25 now, plus 14% poison sting slow.
Interesting. I believe that works with the wards as well.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Pretty good. Good control in team fights. Just this nuisance. Even more.
The
of a
alternative
nuisance
is
now.
3 times Plague Ward HP and damage, though.
It's very, very good.
So plus
Yeah,
14 is on top of the 14 it already. It doubles.
Still not enough. Double wards is hilarious. It's
I'd have
actually
to see
very,
it.
very good.
I have
Wait,
to
have
see
you
this
played the
slow.
double wards yet?
No. I know the double words. I know
Yeah.
the words are good, but I want to
Well,
see
the-
what 28% slow is.
The one I can think of is the silencer one. At level 25, he has a 30% bonus to slow. And it's actually pretty decent, but 14 isn't that much, I don't think.
Viper Strike now deals its first tick of damage immediately, and Viper Strike cooldown rescaled to be lower at level 1 and 2.
So you can't blink out of it. Pretty good.
Yeah, I've actually noticed that before. There's a few other spells that do the same thing that I should probably
Yeah, there
remove.
is.
Visage Grave Chill duration increased ever so slightly at the early levels by 1 second at level 4. And the respawn talent, what level is that supposed to be? I guess I have to look this up. They didn't
It's probably pretty high, right? Because this seems pretty good, this talent.
what's the talent? It's Soul Assumption Double Strike. So hits a random second target within cast range, prioritizes heroes.
Pretty fucking good, actually.
So it's a level 20 hero talent. The alternative is 300 HP. Double Strike sounds pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if
It
it's
does
good.
sound good.
I mean, when I first saw
does-
PA's Double Dagger, I said, oh, that sounds good. It's probably not very good.
Does that prioritize heroes, though? I don't think it does.
That's true. I'm not sure.
That's the pit that sells me. Alright.
Yeah. Visage, or that's Visage. Warlock. Chaotic Offering mana cost increased by 50 at all levels. And his respawn talent, which is at level 20, now summons a golem on death.
That's
You know?
it's just so stupid. Like, does it actually stun? If it stuns,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
wait. So people are going blink, bloodstone, warlock. You blink in, you bloodstone, and you fuck. Oh my god, there's so many cool.
Hey, the alternative is 350 HP. You could live longer and not have a golem come out of your ass, or you can just die easier without that 350 HP.
Oh my god, yeah, to die easier is definitely like.
All right, here's the thing. This is going to be one of the first talents that almost 100% of people will get one over the other. Why would you ever get health? The other one's incentivizing you to die. So die.
This is so cool, actually. Like, it is. Okay.
So keep in mind, we're talking about this before we've tested things out, but this is what I've heard.
No,
is that it does stun.
My chat is saying that it definitely stuns. So I believe them. Right. Think of the concept ideas. Oh my god. Right. Wraith King Ags. Blink Dagger with Bloodstone Warlock. He blinks in, he kills himself, summons himself as a demon, and then drops the rock. Oh!
Yeah. There's a lot of cool opportunities, that's for sure.
It's really cool.
Wind Ranger. Level 20 talents are now Windrun. Okay, we actually have to open her up because I don't have any recollection because I don't pick this.
Windrunner is really bad right now. She's in a difficult spot.
Okay, so level 20. Is that what we're looking at? Level 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, level 20. Oh, shoot, they got rid of it.
What did they get rid of?
What it used to be.
Oh, it used to be
how do I look at that?
20% spell or magic resistance. Or
actually, I know how to look it up. I'll look at the change logs.
20% magic resistance or increased magic damage, I think.
All right, level 20 was one of them was magic resist is 20%, or and spell damage amplification of 15%.
Yeah.
So now it's 120 power shot damage or wind run grants invisibility. Both are awesome.
They're very fucking cool. Yep.
How much does power shot do normally?
Like 460. Yeah, some ridiculous amount there.
So 420 plus 120, so 540. All right, and then level 25, we have a choice between 30% cooldown reduction or 150 attack range. The old one, was increased the cooldown or reduced the cooldown by from 5 to
7 seconds or something, was it?
6 second reduction in cooldown, and the other one was 100 attack range.
You know what this? Oh my god, you can like with Octarine, you can do so much cool stuff. Actually, like. Oh my god, you could nearly be permanently invisible. Your shotgun will have such a low cooldown. Oh my god.
Yeah, this one's cool.
There's a lot of cool like things you can do with cooldown reduction.
I think
very cool.
I mean the power shot damage is nice. I think you take the invisibility every time.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Like your max speed pretty much. You evade all physical attacks and you're invisible. That's pretty good. Can't complain. All right, we'll see if this changes her because she. Like
wait. Can you attack when you're invisible with Windrun?
Oh, that's true. No, invisibility is completely lost when attacking or casting spells or items. However, the standard Windrun effects will persist for the spell's duration.
Okay, thank God. Okay.
Winter Wyvern. Yeah, that would have been so broken. It's like being a Slark ult. Right?
Yeah, super Slark.
Winter Wyvern, Winter's Curse attack speed from 70 to 85. Nice buff for him. And his respawn talent from level 20 has been replaced with a 1 second extra embrace duration.
Okay.
And the alternative at level 20 is 120 gold per minute. Depends on the game.
Yeah, it depends.
Witch Doctor Scepter now additionally provides True Strike to Death Ward. That is nice because there's a lot of evasion going on these days.
Yeah.
And respawn talent for level 15 is +2 second or +2 cast bounces.
Also ridiculously good. There's some huge buffs. What's the alternative for the 15 talent?
Level 15 is that's the 90 damage one.
Ooh.
So 90 damage or 2 extra procs. So the Paralyzing Casket scales 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's actually literally a level 5 spell.
Yeah.
It's equivalent to a level 5 cask.
Damage allows you to fire faster. There's a lot of benefits too.
Well, cask does too, right?
True.
Yeah, that's a cool one though. Regardless,
It is very, very cool talents.
Wraith King. This one is fucking awesome. Let me. Sorry to get a little.
Explain.
Bring him up. I tested this out too, actually, because I was so excited about it. So, his level 20 talent has changed from 20 strength to 10% vampiric or lifesteal. Of course, his original one was 20% at level 25. That has been replaced to reincarnation cast Wraithfire Blast. And then here it says replaces the slow fire Wraith King Blast at half the projectile speed. So, when you get this, the casting of the Wraithfire Blast at level 25, when you die with reincarnation, instead of slowing, it will stun every target in that AoE with Wraithfire Blast. The projectile is half the speed, but it's essentially the same.
When you're respawning, when you become fully alive, right? Are they just stunned, or is it?
Oh, it depends on their distance, right? How far away they are. Because it's half the projectile speed, so it depends on distance.
It's pretty quick, right?
I mean, either way, it doesn't matter that much because they're stunned and then they're slowed anyway, right? They're stunned, slowed, taking damage. And keep in mind, of course, there's a Wraithfire Blast DPS increase at level 15 that you will usually get because 15 move speed's garbage. You'd always get the Wraithfire Blast, I think.
Really?
What?
And now with this new talent, it's different, but I always got the movement speed.
15 movement speed?
Dude, movement speeds on Wraith King, I hear that literally cannot get kited, right?
15?
It's not great, but it is what it is.
I always like the Wraithfire Blast DPS. Okay, well, regardless. Now you kind of want to get it, right?
Yeah. No, I'm favoring the Wraithfire Blast.
But yeah, you guys should try this out in game. It's really cool. It's just like spreads in a huge AoE around you.
I'll try it right now, actually.
All right, last one. Zeus replaced his respawn talent with 0.5 second lightning bolt mini stun.
All right. What is it? What is that?
So, what level is that again? 20. The alternative is plus 75 arc lightning damage, which is really good.
That talent seems weird.
So lightning bolt by default stuns for
0.2.
So it's a huge increase, 0.7.
Yeah, but when I'm talking about stuns, I thought like it's different with cast animations, right? Because usually the stuns have long cooldown or long durations. But a stun that's 0.7 or 0.2, it does essentially the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Like, it's not. It's an okay. When you use a 0.2 second stun, it's to cancel TPs, cancel spells. That's the same reason you use a 0.7 second stun. The distance you're able to close in 0.7 seconds is tiny. So in my head, it essentially does.
But the same thing. This isn't like something you cast once.
That's true. Yeah,
it's a little cool. That's 4.5 seconds.
You know what it's good for? The Ags.
Or 6 seconds.
It's good for the Ags. The Nimbus Cloud. Yes, I presume it does because it uses the spell Lightning Bolt. So you could actually wait till the Nimbus Cloud attacks and then you Lightning Bolt after.
If I'm gonna test this out later, but if you're right, then that Ags gets a lot
better.
That
is pretty legit.
I mean, the alternative is still good. The Arc Lightning extra damage. Was it 75 damage? It goes from 145 to 220. Arc Lightning is super spammable. So both are good alternatives. All right, that's the patch.
We did it. Holy shit.
This was longer than expected, as per norm. 3 hours, in fact. Congratulations, Shane. We were joking about it being 3 hours, and it was.
My first patch video. It was fun.
So what do you think of this patch overall?
I don't know what the hell is happening with the gold. The first bits were the biggest changes for me. The experience, the gold, that kind of thing. I honestly don't know what to think. I think we'll have to play it and watch pro games for a long time. Probably they won't even figure it out by TI. It's so many changes.
Yeah,
more than usual.
I think the things that are definitely going to happen now that I like. I don't know to what extreme they're going to go to, but breaking high ground will be way easier. And I'm just thinking my pub games at this point. Less shrines, all that good stuff. It's just going to be better all around.
Yeah.
And then. That on top of all that, obviously, the respawn talent's not being a thing anymore. That's great.
I can't be lazy and not deny creeps anymore.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one almost. Jesus, this changes so much. Anyway,
it really does.
let us know what you guys think of the changes in the comments below. Any last words, Shane? You can follow him. Well, it's been on the screen the whole time, but at shaneomad.
Yeah, I don't tweet anything interesting.
That sounds like a great follow. I will follow you right away.
No, it was really fun. Thanks for having me.
All right.
It's a shame you couldn't get anyone better.
Later. Shane is always my last resort. Bye.